Good evening, and welcome back to Science and Sorcery, the show where science communicators play Dungeons and Dragons to raise money for charity. My name is Dr. Darvadorin, and I am coming to you live from the future, by which I mean mainland Europe, as I'm in a slightly different time zone than usual. We are continuing our campaign, Witness to Ruin, with my players Emerald Snowflake, Nimbo Thunderchild, Michaelin Prescott Smythe, no one knows how to pronounce that one, and Blurta von Mandragore, also known as Sam, Alex, Goyle, and Rachel. Quick announcements just up top. We are not going to be live next week, Wednesday. We're taking a night off because we're busy, but we will be live, at least Sam, Khalil, Alex, and I will be live this coming Sunday at 7 p.m. And we are going to do a Flaming Hetero style one-shot set in the historical Witness to Ruin setting. And these three will be playing some revolutionaries who are plotting an assassination. So that should be fun. Think The Organ Man Must Die if you're familiar with that. And it'll be interesting. Beyond that, we are still raising money for the Terrence Higgins Trust, so remember to donate if you haven't yet, but there will be incentives for you to donate on Sunday as well. You will be able to influence the story much more then. Beyond that, Bullywugs. Give me Bullywugs to add to the Bullywug pile. It might come into play later tonight, so this might be your final chance. Bullywug piles. Now, what happened last time? Last time a lot happened. Our players are still on the Sorrow, encountered some lizard folk, scammed their way past the lizard folk, thanks to a clever use of magic, discovered an old temple where Nimbo met a god, hopefully, gained a interesting artifact, and then they left the temple without really looking around or doing anything else there, despite my description of all the other things inside. They then encountered a really angry tree after sneaking past some scary-looking bandits. The tree cursed Blurta to think that she had become muck physically. But the party managed to persuade the angry tree to lift the curse temporarily. In return, they would find one of her branches and the Bullywug Shrine. Or Blurta would be cursed indefinitely and possibly worse if they don't return within a week's time. They then tried to befriend some raccoons. Nimbo avoided getting rabies, and they killed the raccoons before finding themselves the following day in front of a patch of a plant called Silverleaf Fumewort, which sends off a lot of sleep spores that you probably don't want to wander through. They collected quite a bit of it to sell back to an old dwarven lady at some point, and are now faced with having to find a way through or around in order to make it to the Bullywug Shrine. What would you like to do?
So quick refresher, how wide is this patch?
As wide as you can see.
Okay. So, what was up for a bit of tree climbing, I guess?
Yay!
Yeah, how close is the canopy above us?
It's quite dense. It would still be tricky to find a way, especially for the larger members of the party, because the branches do thin out at points, but it doesn't look impossible.
Let's see.
Would I be able to help people? I'm trying to think.
Well,
I could create a gust of wind to try and blow the spores away from us as they come up. It might end up kicking up more spores, but at least they'd be going away from us.
I mean, I was personally going to pitch, if you don't mind, I'll just hang out in the box, and then that's one less person to fuck up.
That's good. That's good.
And you can watch everything happen from inside there, so you'll know if we're in trouble.
Yep, and then
And you better come out.
Then I can pop out and, I don't know, like blast a shrub, I don't know. There's not a lot I can do in this situation.
You can present the cake that's inside the box.
To the shops. I mean, I can.
Ooh, would it be worth collecting some of these spores? Might they be useful?
You have.
We picked
Nice.
some up.
You've collected like a decent bag's worth, like a small sack worth of these spores.
So you said like they're everywhere that we can kind of see, but what's
Yeah.
like the closest distance to getting out of here?
So the closest to getting out of here, it looks like at the narrowest point, it looks like it's maybe about like 60 feet.
Okay, I mean, the other option here is we could try a little experiment quickly. Are there any kind of just individual plants that are kind of outlying from all the rest?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Nope,
Not that you can see.
not on a 3, no.
Definitely not.
Well, I mean, I could try like blasting one from a distance to see if it like does anything. Like,
It's,
I think that's asking
Creature.
for trouble.
Creature, Alex! Creature!
creature is a broad term. It's a living thing.
No.
You
This
let
is
me
not a
blast.
sentient plant, so no.
Well, we don't know that yet, to be fair.
You don't know this yet. That is true. You can try it. You will.
We'll
fail.
find one with the ladybird on it, and I'll blast the ladybird.
That is allowed.
Well, judging by how wide this area of plants is, of flowers is, and how long my gust of wind normally reaches, they seem to be about the same. So it could be that maybe we could use that to create a little tunnel. But if anyone can do anything else to maybe prevent spores coming in behind the gust of wind, that would be handy.
I think I have a shield that I never used. If that,
You could
if
you could
that be
fan with the
helpful.
shield behind us,
Yeah,
so that spores don't end up coming in the back end.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
my worry is that it will create, a counter current. So like
yeah, the kind of
when you
fluid
get
dynamics
like a
of
strong
it.
current or wind going that way, it pushes the air or water particles and kind of spins them, and you end up with two counter currents going the other way at either side of it.
I mean, I can.
Which is how we get the trade winds.
Take a d6, Khalil.
I have an important
Thank you.
question to ask of whether Muck is still wearing her piss cloth.
Sorry.
You had a piss cloth
I
gas
did,
mask.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess so.
You're kind of protected then, right? Is what
I'm
we
good.
think.
Yeah.
You haven't tested that because Muck was also holding her breath.
Yeah. The piss cloth probably has pollen on it now, so I probably shouldn't.
It does. It definitely
Yeah.
does.
Wait. Is Yarrow? Is Yarrow familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do familiars breathe?
I don't know the answer to that question.
That's a good question, and I've never thought about it. I will
they are a
check
fey
the.
creature, so
I would assume they do
I
still
guess
need
the question
to
is,
breathe.
can you suffocate a fae?
Yes.
I'm just gonna.
I feel
see if
like
it
you
mentions
should
in
be
the cell.
able to.
it's like such a quick reaction to that question, like you've had prior experience.
I'm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a person who's
What do you think?
strangled a
What do you
fairy in
think
the
I
past.
do in my spare time? How do you think I knew all that information about grotting, Sam?
Oh, from the fey. Okay.
And how?
Well, because it's unethical to test on humans.
If you make a deal with the Fae, they have to let you smother them. If that's what the deal is.
Mm.
This is going
Okay.
weird already.
So, how tall are these plants off the ground relative to Yarrow?
Towering over.
Yeah,
They
that's
probably come up. Blurta and M being the shorter party members probably come up to about waist height for you, which is like thigh for Nimbo and Muck.
So, what I'm thinking is, could Yarrow scout us like the shortest distance?
I mean,
Yarrow can
yeah,
try.
I feel like that's not a bad shout. We could try that.
Okay. In that case, M, can you make me a dexterity check for Yarrow, please.
Dexterity check for Yarrow.
Yeah,
I'll need to
for
get...
Yarrow to try to move through without disturbing the plants too much to release the spores.
Yep.
Bias guide them.
Can
What's
you
the...
cast guidance on a familiar?
It's not
I
going
feel
to
like
help.
you should be able
It's
to.
a creature.
Yes, no, I think you should be able to, yeah.
It's not going to help. Because I
What
rolled,
did you
I
get?
rolled a 4.
Okay.
So anything above it's not going to take it into success.
No. Okay, in that case, as Yarrow enters the field of spores, Yarrow immediately passes out as the spores surround them. Because I think Yarrow only has 3 hit points.
Yeah.
Yarrow's not gonna have more hit points than what I just rolled, because I rolled really high on these dice for sleep spores.
Yarrow has
one hit point. Yarrow is like zonked out to the point where you have to shake them like vigorously to wake them up.
Damn.
Wait, so it doesn't like knock you unconscious in a kind of like combat sense. It just literally puts you to sleep.
It puts you to sleep.
It's the same.
Okay.
We discussed this, Alex. It's not magical sleep.
I know, but I feel like there was some of the idea I had last week that I forgot about.
So wait, so are we watching like vigorously shaking?
Yeah, I don't think I would rush
like a
and
cocktail
vigorously.
shaker.
No, but if you wanted to
If
wake
wanted to.
Yarrow, Yarrow
Okay.
is like the deepest sleep you've ever seen.
I feel I'm gonna start to panic ever so slightly at that.
That's fair.
This isn't what's supposed to happen. We can't let them get hurt.
Okay.
Okay, well, if we get through this patch of plants, I have a spell that can probably help.
How far in is
I
Yarrow?
could restore them, but I think it's probably best to save some of those for us until we're past this danger.
Yeah, that's what as long as we don't take too long, I don't want it to get hurt.
How
Yarrow's about 5 feet into it now.
okay.
So you can
Um,
hold your breath and get Yarrow back out if you want to, but Yarrow's still asleep.
Or you
Yeah.
could Eldritch Blast it to the other side.
Okay,
One
so-
point.
Like a hairy golf ball.
suggestion. Hairy golf ball.
Well, I was just going to use my I was going to hand over my core stuff. If you want to kind of like prod them back this way.
So I've got this ring of jumping. So it triples my jump distance, which is currently like 18. So basically I can jump 30 feet. It's like long jump as long as I take a run up before.
Yeah.
So could I do a run up, grab Yarrow, and just jump over all the spores?
So the spores, you need to make 2 running jumps because it's about 60 feet at the thinnest.
Right.
You
Okay. alright.
can try it. Actually, one of you make a nature check. You've now observed the spores in action. See if you might be able to get some more information out of it.
Bias, guide me.
17.
Okay, 17?
18.
18. Okay, yeah. You both kind of have the same idea about how these spores work. They seem to work pretty much exactly like a sleep spell. That the spores will knock out the creature with the lowest constitution, let's call it, first. But then they can only do so much sleeping damage.
Oh.
So who has? Oh, metagaming wise,
Yes.
talking out of character. So if we get the person with the lowest hit points, the two people with the lowest hit points, and then the 2 people with the largest hit points, give them a piggyback.
Yeah.
Then you could just fall asleep on our backs.
Okay. Yeah, as long as we also pick up Yarrow on the way, I'm fine with that.
Oh, we can scoop on the way. Should we also do the gust of wind thing, just in case?
I think it's worthwhile.
Given that you would be carrying someone else, you would be at half speed, so even dashing, you would essentially take like 12 seconds to get through. So you would probably like whatever else can help you would be beneficial to you.
All right, so should we do the gust at the front, the fanning shield at the back, and
I mean,
I'm not
like-
going to be able to fan my shield if I've got someone on my back.
Oh, true, yeah. Oh,
Unless-
what if it's like a kind of baby Bjorn situation?
I mean,
Yeah.
like, I could prestidigitate a bit of like a light gust of wind. Apparently, that's the thing I can do. Or I could go in the box, and then it's. But then I'm not being a shield
Then
for
you're not
your
taking.
HP.
Yeah. I need a human shield or whatever you are, shield.
You know, if there is a way we could cheese the mechanics of this,
Go on then, give us
I
some
look forward
cheese.
to hearing it.
like in a kind of metagamey way that I don't think we should do, but we could literally just get like if we
bring
get
a
a
sack of
jar
squirrels
and then
with
just fill it with wood lice, and then each woodlouse would fall asleep.
Who's got a
You
jar
went with
of
wood
lice?
lice, and Khalil's immediately like, oh, a sack of squirrels, of course.
Well, because I was trying to think of something that's got like a hit point or something.
You would need a lot of squirrels.
Yeah.
That's why I went.
Okay,
What about-
maybe like dogs.
You can have a look around to see if you can find some dogs, but you haven't seen any in the swamp yet.
I think maybe let's go with the
Swamp
piggyback
dog.
and the wind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe if you bless or what you'll use your like holy magic to like enhance Muck, and then Muck goes first, and then when Muck's through, then you can do it to yourself.
What holy magic is this? How am I getting enhanced?
But this isn't like a saving throw or anything. It's just
Yeah.
mechanics wise. I think it's hit points.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, I thought there was.
Mechanics wise, it's 5d10 worth of
Oh, okay. I thought I had in my
hit
head there
points.
was a
Yeah.
save involved.
Cool.
I'm gonna make Nimbo and Muck essentially roll some like athletics or strength checks just to like power through. But the DC for that will be relatively low given everything else that you've come up with to try to get through.
Okay, so
Nice.
what I'm
So
thinking.
there is still a chance of passing out or needing to make a con save for them, but it's chances low.
Okay, well, Nimbo is standing there, like, while we're chatting, being like, this gust only lasts for a minute, so we should probably go at some point.
Okay.
I can also offer one last option, just because I forgot that I had prepped this spell. I can vortex warp someone
Oh,
90 feet, so that would get
Oh,
us
nice.
past what we have. So
but it's just for one person,
just
right?
for one slot.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Maybe
I
we
think
have that
I
as an
see how we can do this. Okay, so you vortex warp yourself.
Nope,
I can't do that.
you can vortex warp yourself.
Also,
Okay.
it seems like we have a solution,
Okay, if we've got
Okay,
if
yeah,
we've got
so
one,
this-
it's fine.
right?
Yeah.
But like, I think
No.
having vortex warp as a
A backup.
like an emergency backup would be
Yeah.
I mean,
great.
if we get halfway, I can always do some teleporty shit anyway.
There we go. We've got emergency options.
You
Nice.
do, yeah. But yeah, just so everyone is aware, Vortex Warp cannot target the caster. It can only target someone else the caster can see. But then willing or unwilling. If it's unwilling, they take damage.
Cool.
All right. In that case, who's carrying who? Just so I know.
We should average out who's higher out of Muck and Nimbo.
Nimbo and Muck can both carry one of you easily. They will just be slowed down slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm thinking is, does Nimbo have less HP than Muck?
Marginally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I go with Nimbo, because I've got 1 hit point more than M, that gives 1 more hit point of leeway for Nimbo.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So me and Blurter at the front with the
Okay.
gust of.
Oh,
no,
I'm just
I'll
going to be
Yes.
like using my little prestidigitation to like do puffs of wind like in front of his face to kind of like clear.
Okay.
And we've all got our piss rags.
Yeah. The piss rag 4.
Alternate group name.
Rags. Oh, God.
The Piss Rags is like the kind of the Teen Titans to our like.
This is terrible.
Like,
You're
we're
all
workshopping
terrible.
these things.
Yeah.
Clearly, I can tell. Okay, and then you getting ready to scoop Yarrow up, or Muck potentially scooping Yarrow up. You both get ready. In which case, as soon as Nimbo and Blurta, as soon as you enter the spore field, oh, I rolled 26. Muck, no, sorry, Nimbo, you feel Blurta just go limp, and the little puffs of wind stop. But the spores are right now clinging to Blurta, and you seem unaffected as you start dashing through these plants.
I try
Muck,
and put an extra spring in my step to see if it'll like shake some of the spores off, or maybe shake Blurta away.
no, Blurta is just dead to the world. Like when Blurta was on drugs and then passed out on the floor. Similar. And Muck, you enter the field as well, and that is also gonna... yeah. You pass out as well immediately. Muck, you scoop up Yarrow, and you feel this... The spores are clinging to your mouth and your nose, and you're breathing them in. And you can feel this exhaustion starting to set in, and your eyelids start to droop, and then you snap them open because no, you have to keep going. You have to keep going. Nimbo and Muck, can you both please roll me an athletics check?
Is the gust of wind not doing anything?
The gust of wind is lowering the DC for this athletic checks. So yeah, you're only aiming for 12.
22.
There we go.
14.
14, yeah. You both, Nimble, you stumble briefly, but you manage to catch yourself and just keep going. Muck, you're, like, trying not to breathe as much as possible, and with a last bit of effort, you manage to make it through this patch of leaves, and collapse on the other side with your burdens, still fast asleep.
Oh. Cool.
Right, Blurta.
Yeah, trying to slap them awake, it takes a few minutes, but you do manage to wake both M and Blurta, and even, it'll take like half an hour or so, but Yarrow does also wake up.
Just slapping this Pika.
Let them come to on their own. They'll come to on their own.
I genuinely rolled like 45 for Yarrow's sleep spore release, which was ridiculous.
I can put to sleep 45 Pikas.
Yeah.
Okay, I've just had a thought here, right? So this is fairly potent stuff. Could we like make sleep grenades?
I don't think I want to handle this stuff.
Good point.
It feels
You
like
have
the
a
type of thing
sack
that
full. It's still you're not gonna want to breathe this in.
No.
feels like the type of thing that could go wrong quite easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are any of us artificers?
No.
I mean, I was literally just thinking we put them in like a jar, like a Molotov cocktail, and then it breaks the jar.
I think we've got plenty of other things in our arsenal to be worrying about that.
Does Blurta have the spores? Who's got the spores?
Maybe
Muck collected them, so I assume Muck still has them.
Oh yeah, spores.
maybe
Top of
let's
my info.
play with sleep spores in a place where it's safe if it goes wrong. A place
And
that,
as you
know,
say this,
if we're all asleep at the same time, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
and as you say this, Nimbo, you realize that the sounds in the swamp have changed. From all the other wildlife you were hearing earlier, it's changed to a relatively consistent calling of frogs.
Ooh. Amphibians. Oh, but that probably means we're in Bullywug territory. We might want to get the cake out.
Just a quick thought on this thing. Well, that's the point. If I'd gone into the thing, we wouldn't have been able to get the cake out. That would have been awkward. That didn't occur to me. Good thing we didn't do that. So, like, do any of us like know the difference, like what a bullywug sounds like relative to just a regular frog?
Do we? Can I roll nature?
History.
You can make a nature or history would also be appropriate for this.
Take history because I'm slightly better at that. 8.
You have
20.
no idea. 30-20? Muck?
Oh, I didn't roll because
Oh,
I didn't.
you don't have to roll.
Oh, well, I've rolled now. 10.
10. Okay, yeah. Blurta, Muck, you're like, no idea.
Big
Nimbo,
frog.
you've not heard bullywugs before.
But I've heard a
No.
lot of frogs.
You've heard a lot of frogs. And toads, you know what those two sound like.
I
And
talk to them.
you're-
They don't talk back. I know that that's how it works.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
You're listening right now, and you are occasionally hearing noises that aren't familiar to you. And it's still frog-like, but there's much more of a pattern to it. Rather than one repetitive call, there's different like phrases.
I think that
almost are
frog
being
is
repeated.
beatboxing.
Yeah.
Boom slang isn't here.
No, it's much more like conversation, like actual speech rather than just vocalizations.
Is it coming from any specific direction?
It hard to tell right now. You seem to be sort of at the edge of where the sound is coming from. And it seems to be sort of just ahead of you in different directions, like calling across the swamp.
Question: if we're doing this diplomatically, in theory, well, we're attempting it diplomatically. Do we want to like announce our arrival? Because if they like find us sneaking up, then they're probably gonna go like.
I don't think the reaction is going to be super friendly either way, from their reputation. I reckon maybe we try to not be noticed, if possible.
Yeah, because
Can't
our
have a fight.
primary objective's to get the plant, right? So if we just stay in our lane, maybe.
And there was
Also,
something else.
branch.
Branch.
The branch.
Yeah, can't have a fight if we never get found. And
Okay.
I don't know, like, I'm okay with having to defend ourselves when we need to, but let's not go looking for fights,
Oh.
Yeah, agreed.
That's fair.
In that case, if you want to try to find your way to the shrine without being spotted, could someone make me a survival check to start?
That is not my wheelhouse.
I've got okay survival.
I'm okay on it as well. I don't mind.
You guys go.
Shall I help you?
Yeah, sure.
You can either both roll or one person roll with advantage. Up
Let's
to you.
both roll and see what happens.
21.
Yeah, 9.
Okay. Yeah, M and Nimbo together, you're able to Nimbo, you listening out for these strange, what you're assuming are bullywug calls.
I am
but
one
you've
with the
noted
croaks.
and M, you instead focusing more on that tracking aspect that you're good at, keeping an eye out for specific clues, paths, footprints, etc. Make your way deeper into the swamp. The frog sounds becoming clearer, but you're not quite on top of them yet. You're getting closer, and you're definitely seeing evidence that you're on track to a place where things are brought. You're not in the heart of the Bullywug territory, but there's evidence that they're just little like bits and pieces you're finding along these trails of potential offerings that have been dropped, like fruits and like little broken knickknacks you're finding along the path.
Should we get the cake out?
Absolutely, I think we should.
Yeah, it's cake
Yeah.
time. Meatloaf. It's meatloaf time.
It's yeah, it's
It's
like
the
a weird
only time
combination
it's
of
ever meatloaf time.
It's meatloaf and frosting.
Bat out of hell, please.
Yeah.
All right. You get the cake out. Are you still trying not to draw attention to yourself as you continue on?
I would assume
think
so.
Yeah.
Okay, in
Yeah.
that case, can everyone please roll me a stealth check?
Oh,
It will be a group stealth check. So
Bye,
Okay.
Skyby.
Just a second. Where's my...
Ah! Sorry, I just rolled a 2 and I've got disadvantage.
Okay, so
Me too.
I also rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
I rolled
Okay,
a natural 1 plus 1, 2.
so I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
I got a total
I
of
got
4. That's
Um,
with guidance.
And 5, but I'm invisible. Does that give me advantage? I can't remember.
yes,
We get out a
we're
mini rig
here.
stuff.
We've all been singing Smash Mouth All Star as we're wandering through this song.
funny is 2 of you rolled natural ones,
Yeah.
and you rolled a 2.
Oh, 4 total. But yeah,
4 total. Okay.
but natural 2.
Oh, wait. Is it? No, it's not really worth it at that point. I was just going to say I could use that power that I have to add more to. It's just like,
I think
Just-
you might be
Yeah, no.
politics.
Yeah.
Okay, Blurta, you're invisible. Is Blurta still holding the meatloaf? I assume so, because you
yeah.
didn't say anyone else was holding it.
Does this mean the meatloaf's not invisible though?
The meatloaf is also invisible.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, wait. Okay, if I hand it off to one of you guys, it should become visible again.
I don't know how it works. But...
Yeah, it should. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it down on the floor. I just find like the most flat bit of ground I can.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. A meatloaf appears out of thin air on the ground in front of you. There's a very Mayor of Siron looking Bullywug painted on it.
I want you to just clip a meatloaf appears out of thin air.
Not the strangest thing I've said on the show, Alex.
No, just like,
Blurta,
No
you're
context.
invisible. The rest of you are loudly arguing over which of you should be carrying the meatloaf.
that's
Now
fine.
that
use a
Blurta's
shield
had to put it
and
down.
mace, so like I don't really have a spare hand.
But Nimbo,
Um,
you just be the most, you've got a great presence, they would know we were here if you were carrying it. No offense, Emerald.
No,
Can
I
I-
fully take that.
Can I use the meatloaf as a spellcasting focus?
Sure. No, absolutely not.
But it's magical.
The meatloaf is not magical. The
No, it's
box the
magical. just in
meatloaf
an
was in is
emotional
magical.
sense.
I think the emotion I would use to describe it is upsetting.
oh, just to clarify, I'm assuming I've got the meatloaf out of the box and brought it out and left the box in my box.
Sure. Yes.
What-
It's too many boxes, but yes, okay.
But at least, as long as the meatloaf is in some kind of box, because we are in a swamp.
The meatloaf is on a platter at this point.
Yeah.
hmm
I think maybe we should keep it in the box, but out of the
It's
Box.
sanctuary.
It's too late. I can't
Okay,
do that
cool,
until
alright.
I have a rest.
okay.
So someone with a -1 dexterity is balancing a very expensive cake on a platter whilst walking through a swamp. What could go wrong?
Okay.
You paid like 60 gold for this meatloaf.
Okay,
it's,
maybe-
it's
maybe-
all
I think
right.
you give it to me and I go.
Okay,
and
maybe
someone thinks it's a better idea that they take it.
maybe muck. If it goes to violence, you can always throw it at somebody.
That's
And
a
do you
good point.
Do you have a spare hand?
Sure, yeah. I mean, my weapons are two-handed, so if we get into a fight, then no. But,
I mean, you can put an object down as a free action anyway, so
Yes.
that's a
It's
good
like
point, yeah.
Placing
okay,
a cake
I'll
on the
take
ground, drawing a great sword.
it.
As you are handing the cake over to Muck, you hear really close behind you now, Nimbo, one of those frog sounds that wasn't quite frog-like.
Oh, they're here.
And you turn around to see
Slowly.
a frog person dressed in kind of overly flamboyant rags, holding a spear pointed at you, just croaks.
I'm halfway through passing the cake over to Muck, and I turn and kneel and present the cake.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Whilst this happening, just because
like-
for the sake of it, I've added a bullywug to the pile.
Okay,
Nice.
very good.
Okay. Ooh, that good. Thank you for your advantage, because the first roll was a nat 1. I'm going to use my d6 on that. 20, 19, 30, 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
Hey.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. As you present this, the spear kind of immediately drops to the bullywug side and goes, grabs the meatloaf from you, and just stares at it.
We
And
got
you
this,
see
guys.
what you imagine is a smile, though it's hard to tell with a frog mouth.
Oh, that's
And
disturbing.
it's like kind of like bigging itself up. It's holding it like it puts the spear down. It's holding the cake in one hand and like trying to like tuck its clothes into shape. It's completely distracted.
Do any of us know how to communicate? Can we tell if there's any other bullywugs around?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I can roll as well.
15.
Yep. 15?
7.
7. Muck, you don't see anything. Nimbo, you're pretty confident there aren't any other bullywugs. You can still hear them calling. And then the bullywug in front of you just perks up, hearing one of the calls, and responds, and then goes back to staring at the cake.
Do we know what languages bullywugs speak?
Bullywug.
Just bullywug.
What
Just
type of
bullywug.
vocal sac do these bullywugs have?
What type of vocal sac do you want them to have, Sam?
Well, there's 3 different types that they could have if they're based on frogs.
Tell me about them.
Well, I'm trying to remember them now.
Tell us about the sax.
But there are 3. I think there's like
They all play the saxophone. That's
I mean, you beat me to that joke.
there's like a single throat sac that just sits on in the front on its
Yes.
own. You
Well,
then
there's the ones that come out like there.
which are the paired throat sacs, and
Yeah.
you also get paired lateral sacs that sit behind the jaw. And they
Okay,
they come
I'm
down a bit
looking at
further.
the art of the bullywug I got from the official D&D art, and I would say it's a single throat pouch.
A single throat pouch. Okay.
It's not very scientifically accurate drawing because it is a humanoid frog holding a spear dressed in rags.
And famously, frogs don't have thumbs.
That's true.
No, they don't. I mean, to be fair, these frogs do only have 4 fingers, but then they also only have 3 toes, and that's confusing me.
What I want to see is them eating to see if they push their food down their throat with their eyes.
Yeah.
This one's not eating yet. This one is admiring the cake.
Do we know anything about the linguistic heritage of bullywug as a language?
The Proto-Indo.
Yeah.
Make just a general intelligence check.
Proto-amphibioid.
Yes.
Make a general intelligence check, Flirta.
18.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure it derived from the language of frogs and toads.
So it's not related to like Draconic or Elvish or Primordial, which are the things I know.
No.
When the bullywug that we can see responded to the call,
Yeah.
Did it seem chill, conciliatory,
Yeah.
reassured?
It just seemed to, like, general vibe check. Make an insight check, actually. See,
I like
see
the
how
idea
well
that-
you're reading the bullywug.
I'm hoping this is just a completely normal bully. It's not like the leader or anything, and it's just like it's like the equivalent of us if we were walking down the road and a frog just presented us with like a meatloaf shaped like us. and it's that.
Like you
Well, you've
dressed
said-
like a king.
I was gonna say you've said it's got like very kind of extravagant rags. So it's kind of like an alien frog person came down to Earth and bumped into like a hype beast, like, and presented them with a cake of a human who looked a little bit like a frog.
What was your insight check?
I'm rolling hot tonight. That was a 22.
Nice.
Okay, that and a natural 1 and a natural 2. So we've got two extremes. Yeah, the vibe you got from the Bullywug's response seemed to have been like a nah, everything's fine. All good over here.
Okay,
No bother coming down.
I point over my shoulder in the direction we're going, and I go,
I'm invisible, so that doesn't make a difference. But
The Bullywug just kind of like vaguely like shrugs. I was like, yeah, go ahead.
"Cool. Seems like the cake did the job. Let's
Yeah.
not overstay our welcome." And I start like Homer Simpsoning into the swamp.
I'll follow, but in my mind it's been like, that was a very expensive cake that we just given and we don't know where it's going.
Who that is? Yeah.
But this Bullywug, I do believe, did communicate with the
Yeah.
others around and told them that it's okay.
If these guys don't vouch for us,
I mean,
I
we
wish I had a
don't-
camera or something.
We don't really have a way of.
No.
We have a way of
no.
communicating with these people.
wait. Would I be able to like? I'm thinking at a later point. Would I be able to like minor illusion, like an image of this Bullywug specifically?
Yeah, you've seen him close up. Probably.
So essentially, like taking a picture on your phone so you can show people later.
It's like he said. Wait, if we can get him to do like a just
Yeah,
like,
holding the
he said it was
cake.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably do something like that.
Okay.
As we're walking away, do we see if he's eating it or not? Because I'm just
Staring at him.
okay. I'm just half imagining he's like, no, don't come over here. Everything's fine, just so that he can eat it on his own. And no one touches it.
Actually, make a perception check, Em.
Cool. That's going to be 19.
19. Yeah, you're keeping an eye on it, and as you're like basically almost out of view, the Bullywug just like looks up vaguely in your direction, and the tongue darts out and like licks the mashed potato off the top.
Oh.
And the eyes do press down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, you should have had a D6 earlier for your
all good.
frog sack comments.
It's all good.
Yeah. So yeah, the impression you're getting is this Bullywug wants to be alone with this Meatloaf.
Alone how?
Yeah.
I'm Plexus in the swamp with a
To be
cake.
alone. Yeah, Amplexus on the Cape is the sequel to Amplexus on the Beach.
You continue further down.
Wait, can I come in with just a science fact there? Is like I'm
Yes,
just
of course you
imagining
may.
now this like this Bullywug just like squashing this cake and not caring about it. Just based on like real life behaviors of toads that they will mate with like flattened toads on the road. They just don't care.
Wait, what?
So like if a toad gets like run over in a car and is like flattened,
Mhm.
you'll regularly see other toads trying to mate with it, and will just stay there because Amplexus lasts for days at times.
Wow.
And so you'll just have like toads fucking in the middle of the road with a dead toad, and then inevitably it will also become a dead toad as they get crushed by a car.
Have you ever
Come
seen
for the
that?
D&D, stay for the toad necrophilia suicide.
It is
It's
really
like-
weird
it's-
behavior.
It's like modern tar pits. You know how tar pits are filled with fossils because one animal would get stuck and then someone else would like, hey, easy food, and then they would get stuck and then more things would get stuck on top of it. And that's how we end up with chimeras in myth, because people found fossils of weird things jumbled together and were like, that must be one thing.
I
And
would
yeah.
so do that. That would be so
Oh,
me
me too.
as an ancient person.
Have you ever seen the video of like there's like it's some kind of large constrictor snake and it's just like a load of toads sitting along its back?
Yes. Very
I'm
good.
assuming that's similar. Like, this is a thing that's
Wait, is
Probably
it a
frog
different sort of
adjacent.
train?
Yeah. I am personally now picturing Rachel in like a toga in ancient Rome, just pointing at a weird rock and going, "That's one creature."
Yeah. I saw him like last week. That's one animal in, he could talk.
And that goat head breathes fire.
Yeah, but
Of course.
by the way,
What else do goat heads do? You're able to continue on into the swamp. And nothing else seems to be bothering you for now. Until eventually you get to the point where the trees become so dense that you can't pass through them. The foliage is too thick. But you can spot through the gaps in the trees a big, slightly degraded statue.
Do we recognize what it looks like?
It's a little bit difficult to see through the trees, but it looks like it's a bullywug of some kind.
How long has it been? Am I still invisible?
How long does invisibility last? An hour?
Yep.
Yeah, you're still invisible. It's been maybe 15 minutes. You looking around, you can see there is a path that seems to lead around the thick patch of trees you're currently at. And seems to curve back around towards the statue.
Is it even worth us trying to be stealthy?
Or maybe if those of us who aren't in clinky metal clothes, maybe you could try and be stealthy and we could be ready to help if needed.
Well, I mean, do you want me to just like have a peek around the corner while I'm still invisible?
yes.
That's a good idea.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, do you need like a little knife or anything to get the plant, or I don't know. I'm packing
Oh.
a load of shit. So
I have 3. No, I only have 2 daggers and a rapier. That's enough. Okay, yeah, I will slowly. I don't want to go in yet. I just want to like go at a pace where I can just kind of scout out like how many bullywugs are around, if any.
Yeah.
Any
Okay,
sign of like other dangerous things.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check at advantage because you are invisible.
Okay, so the first roll was an 18, so that's
Mhm.
pretty good. Yep, let's stick with the 18.
Okay, in that case, if you have a look at the VTT, you will see what Berta sees. So, you are essentially approaching from the upper left side, which is why the map cuts off there, because everything above that is basically it's so difficult terrain that you can't get through it. You can see this statue much clearer now, with this fence of spikes set up around it. There are several bullywugs that seem to be hanging about, as well as you can see one giant frog. There is a like large pond-like structure behind the statue. So it's essentially encircled by the spiked poles. There seems to be 2 bullywugs guarding the entrance to it, and then on the other side is the water.
And do I see any sign of this plant?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okey-dokey. 12?
12. It's difficult to see at first, but you finally manage to get you go a little bit further out, and you get a better look at the statue, like right next to the water, and you do see the red berries on the slightly bluish green leaves that had been described to you as the spiny-leaved jack-in-the-box.
And that's where all the bullywugs and giant frog are.
Yeah. So the plant is essentially growing all around the statue. There's 2 bullywugs guarding the entrance to the shrine area. Sorry, 3. And then there's a few other bullywugs and a giant frog just around the clearing.
Okay, I think I'm just going to go back first of all and report all this.
Yep.
As much as I like to think I could do that, I also don't want to engage in a one-on-one fight with a mob of bullywugs and a giant frog.
That's fair.
So,
Okay, so it seems like it's pretty
Can you
well
not
defended.
see any of the... Sorry, you're meant to be able to see the bullywugs.
no, we can't see
none of the tokens.
anything.
No.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you was like, why are you asking me these questions? You should be able to see this. Let me double check that.
So can you go invisible again?
Well, I'm still invisible.
Okay, how much longer are you invisible for?
I assume like 40 minutes from what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, about
So-
40 more minutes.
We could try and go the sneaky way.
Mhm.
If we can avoid having to murder a bunch of people, that'd be ideal.
Okay.
I can guide you before you go, give you Vias's blessing.
Concentration?
Invisibility is
Yes.
concentration, yeah.
Is borrowed knowledge concentration?
Oh.
No, bugger! I should have done that the other way around. That's fine.
Can you check? Can you see anything on the map yet?
Nope.
Okay.
So
Doesn't make any sense.
what we could do is, I could either guide you or enhance your ability. Oh no, you've already got advantage on stealth, so I could give you guidance, which will give you another D4 on any stealth check.
I mean, the other thing to bear in mind here is that, like, if we just needed the berries, like, this would be straightforward enough. We can see the berries, but we need this branch as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you
Can
see
you
that
see
while you were
anything
there?
on the map now? Sorry, everyone.
Nope.
That doesn't make any sense.
Did you see the branch while you were there, Blutter?
I assume I didn't.
Oh. I know why you can't see it. It's entirely my fault. Carry on.
It's because the place is entirely undefended.
Yeah.
Just
We get in there, and there's just one regular-sized frog.
Who just sounds like a book.
Yeah.
Very similar
Yeah.
vocal. We've had another bullywug added to the stack.
Okay, I will make sure that gets incorporated at some point.
There, it's changed over.
Still no tokens.
Still no tokens.
No.
Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on. That's because I've currently hidden all the tokens because I don't want you to see the ones you're not meant to see.
Okay.
Oh, but
Big
wait,
brain.
I mean, I'm sure there are no hidden.
No, definitely no
things
hidden.
to ambush
Nah.
us or anything. I'm
Nah.
sure it's
Can
fine.
you see a frog?
We can.
Yes.
No. Wait, what? You
Yep.
what's the, oh, oh
Well,
yeah, I
I can see it on
there.
the
Yeah.
screen, but I can't see it on my PPT.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Blurter, you would have noticed one of the bullywugs you've seen is dressed more like the one that you gave the meatloaf to, whereas the other ones are dressed slightly less extravagantly.
Less extravagantly.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe we did give it to the right guy.
So we've got Mr. Toad, Kermit, and then just a regular old frog.
So, yeah, do we want to do this the sneaky way, or do we want to do this the diplomatic way? I think the sneaky way is probably the best
I
way.
think the sneaky way.
Yeah.
Dagmar, did
Yes.
Blurter see the cursed tree branch?
Not with a 12.
Okay.
You said 3 had been around the counter, right?
Yes.
Right. More bullywugs arrive as you are having this discussion.
God damn it.
Okay, well, if we're gonna do it stealthily,
Unless you guys want to make a distraction for me.
Ooh,
That's
we
not a
could
bad
make a
shout.
distraction. The issue is what happens at the end of the distraction. Like, do we make some noise?
Yeah.
They chase us. We murder them all, or do they make some noise? They chase us. We try to outrun them, but they are
mean,
in their own
could-
territory.
Could like Yarrow like make a noise and then like away from you guys?
Well, what I
then scoot
what I
back
was
to you.
going to suggest is, I don't know if I can do this because it's usually just touch things, isn't it? So I couldn't do like a shower of sparks through Yarrow with prestidigitation.
No, you can cast touch spells through your familiar, but not
Yeah.
prestidigitation.
Yeah, don't think so.
You
Oh,
can't-
guys, I've got the Dust of Disappearance.
Oh
If
yeah.
you want to do it stealthy, I can just throw it in the air, and every creature and object within 10 feet becomes invisible.
Ooh,
So
so
we can
what?
all be invisible.
So
Fif-
what if
10 minutes.
Blurter uses her existing invisibility to sneak in, but in advance, we cause a load of noise, draw everyone away, and then when they get close, we disappear.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, that's good. Double-ended disappearance. Oh, that sounds really bad. I didn't mean it to sound like that.
I will
Sounds like-
remind you, from a mechanical point of view, if you are invisible, creatures can still try to attack you. They will just be at disadvantage.
But
Yeah,
That's
but we could hide, go invisible,
Yes,
and then they'd have trouble finding us.
Yeah.
yes. If you roll well on your stealth checks while invisible, they will have trouble finding you.
I mean, I can cast silence, and then we could go invisible, and then
Invisible
we
and
would be completely
silent.
invisible and silent.
But we wouldn't know where each other.
We'll hold hands. We'll hold hands. And,
We could hold hands. Oh, that's so cute.
But then Blurter won't know where we are.
Okay, so let's agree at the meeting point that we have. Can we just say there was like some kind of like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
basically lichen-y tree.
yeah,
Yes, you can decide a meeting point, which is like 50 feet away from where you currently are, like something like that.
maybe a little further, but yeah.
You can go back to, like, how far are you wanting to go? Are you wanting to go back to where you met the first Bullywug, or
Maybe,
are
like,
you...
2 minutes away or something, just enough
Yes,
that.
yes. Just, okay, yes, absolutely, you can do that.
Okay, then yeah, I think Dust of Disappearance, Silence, Invisible, Blurter. That sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
Who has the message thing? Wasn't there a message earbud? or
M has
something?
the earring of message.
Yeah,
Does that only work once?
No, I have the last I rolled. I have 4 charges on it.
Cool.
It-
So in
well-
emergency,
Yeah,
Do we know whether it would work in a sphere of silence?
it would, yes. It's not a, it's not verbal
Yeah.
speech. It's telepathy.
Alex in the chat saying, "Imagine being scared by a couple of frogs."
Imagine that.
We're just trying to, keep
Not-
our body count
Yeah.
within acceptable
We,
limits.
we just don't want. We don't want to kill them. It's
We're
not-
scared for them, yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So what is the plan? Blurta is going in invisible while the rest of you make a distraction, cast up the Dust of Disappearance, cast invisibility at the same time, and then meet up together again?
Can we make
Yeah,
this
the dust
more?
of disappearance is 2d4 minutes. Sorry.
Yes.
Can we make this
Yeah, so
like more elaborate? That we have the Dust of Disappearance to make us all invisible, and if we could get all of the Bullywugs to go to one place and then throw the bag of spores that we have and make them all fall asleep.
Oh, that would be amazing.
But
It's all coming together.
wouldn't just make like one of them fall asleep, like the puniest one.
Mm,
It could make multiple of them fall asleep if they've got not many hit points. And
Okay.
at least that would make them like stay for a bit longer and investigate what's going on over there.
should have kept the meatloaf.
Yeah.
Well, we should have made the meatloaf with the spores baked into it. That would have been the dream.
You don't know how they react to heat. It could denature the proteins, Alex.
Or just sprinkle it on top.
Yeah, we'll garnish.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so
yeah,
but I
so-
think this basic plan is good.
Alright.
So
Cool.
what? Just silence and invisibility, and then meet up afterwards.
Yeah, and if in
I
a
think the
pinch, I'll just
spores would be fun,
teleport out.
I think if we could try, we've got these spores.
Let's do the spores. We can always
You
pick more
might
up on the
be
way
able
home.
to get more spores on the way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Can I pitch you? Just hold that if you need them. Don't like
Are
gamble.
there spores in a... Wait, sorry. Go. I'm not thinking straight.
Like that's a good backup plan, but I think it makes it more suspicious if then someone comes along and is like, hey, there's a pile of sleeping bullywugs here. What the hell is with that?
They're lazy. Like,
But also, like by the time that happens, we'll be long gone. All we need is to get enough distance between us and them.
the only one that's seen us is the bullywug that's enjoyed a good cake, so probably wouldn't say that we're here.
Guys, let's just go in.
Okay. I will get into position.
So I guess
Okay.
should we circle round towards the south?
Yeah.
And when the time is right, I'll cast Thaumaturgy to kind of make the ground rumble like a big beast is walking. And should we make some noises? What sort of noises should we make? I guess we all do our dinosaur impressions.
Okay. And Blurta, you're staying up near the top where the circle of mushrooms is over here. To then run in. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna add you to the map for my own, just in case.
Also, I still can't see anything on the map, if that's intentional or not.
I'm just looking on the stream. Yeah.
You should be able to see it now, so maybe try refreshing.
Thank you. Refresh.
Look.
Blurta. Move over there. And it's gonna be down here.
Oh, I can see everything.
There we go.
Thank you.
I can now see nothing. Not even the map.
It might take a moment to load.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see everything on the.
Oh, yeah,
on the
there we
stream
go.
now.
Okay. So you three are down there. Blurta is over there. Okay. In that case, Blurta, you are invisible. The others are visible as you step out into the clearing and start. The thaumaturgy sets off. The ground rumbles.
I don't think we're stepping out into the clearing. We're doing
Okay.
it from like, in the
Right.
trees.
Okay.
And then we're
sure,
gonna
yes.
dust ourselves.
Yeah. So before they
Right.
see us, we'll be invisible. Hopefully.
Okay, in that case, you begin making this noise, and the two bullywugs and that frog jump out to begin heading this direction to investigate. Another one starts making its way into the water. A second frog appearing
Oh,
next to it from underwater, and another bullywug as well, just popping up to see what's going on.
Cool.
As they get closer to you, do you throw the dust of disappearance into the air?
I cast silence.
Oh, they're all gonna get invisible.
No,
No,
actually-
they did the disappearance before we made the noises. That was what we were planning on doing.
no, 'cause
Were
I
you
need to
doing it
cast
before you
silence, and
made the
that'll break
noises or
invisibility.
afterwards?
Before we make noises, then it's silence.
Okay,
But
it is
the-
important that we get the order of this correctly, so
But
I
if I
need you to
cast
agree
silence
on
while
this.
it's invisible, I'll stop being invisible.
Yeah.
So, but what I was thinking is, we do it like hidden. So, like, we're not like walking out and being like, "Hi, noises."
Yeah.
Like, we do it from round the corner,
I put you at the edge of the map just so I know that's where you're coming from.
and
You are
then
in the tree line. You are making noises.
we make the noises, and then we go invisible. And
Nimbo
silent.
casts silence, and then you throw the dust.
Yeah, we have to do it that way, otherwise
Okay.
Nimble won't be.
Is this the okay? As you do this, you cast silence, Nimbo, Muck. You throw this handful of dust into the air. I need all three of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, shit.
I'm sure this is fine.
Oh no.
Got like off-brand dust of disappearance. It's like
Oh no! Is this what I think it is?
I rolled 3
Oh,
plus 2
no,
is
that's
5.
not-
3 plus 2 is
No,
5.
For this review for
what
like
have you
5
done?
sessions now.
you monster! I know what this is.
I don't want to know.
I got
Muck, you got a 19?
19.
Is that what you were gonna say? 19. Muck, what did
I
you
got
get?
5. I got 3 plus 2.
And Nimbo?
15.
Okay. Nimbo and M, you feel yourself overcome with the urge to choke as this irritating dust settles in your airways. But with a bit of like clearing your throat and a couple of like big sniffs, you manage to clear it as the dust of sneezing and choking settles in. Muck, you are incapacitated, sneezing and choking in silence. You cannot breathe right now,
And we're not invisible.
and you're not invisible.
Nimbo, how the hell did you know about this? What?
Mark, you're on
They were
mute.
just-
This is really confusing. Florta, if you've been watching what's happening, you can still see your companions. Muck is currently like bent over in a coughing fit. The Bullywugs continue to close in.
Are the ones near me moving at all at the top of the map?
They're like looking around, but they seem to think their friends have
And
got
can
it
I get
covered.
past them?
You can try, but it'll be difficult.
Okay. Can I have a look at this guy at the top and see if he has the stick?
Sure. Do you want to get closer to him?
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep within like. Nope. My plan. Oh, an unexpected error has occurred. Interesting. Something like that. Anyway, I was going to stay within sort of like the cover, but just
Yeah.
as close as I can.
Okay, it's that you're in difficult terrain right now. It's very difficult to
Oh wait,
move
I'm
through
I'm
this-
invisible. Why do I need cover?
Yeah. That is the very edge of the really thick, like, foliage. So it would be very difficult for you to move through.
Okay, yeah, I don't do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just come up to like the right hand edge of. Let's see if that's
Like here?
Oh, I'm just still getting unexpected errors occurring.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There-ish.
Okay. In that case, yeah. You don't see that Bullywug is carrying a spear, but not any stick that you can see.
Okay. I'm just gonna wait it out a little bit, I think.
Okay. As you wait it out, the Bullywugs, then the frog that are approaching Nimbo, M, and Muck, get up very close within melee range, let's call it. Unless you want to do anything in between.
I want to try and get a hold of this bag of spores.
Yep.
From
Yeah.
Muck.
You absolutely. I will let you do that. Muck is like not paying attention. So Muck,
Can I
you can just grab
drag Muck to the back of the sphere of silence? So we're still in the
Yes.
sphere of silence, but
Yes.
we're like, how
Yes.
big's the sphere?
30 feet.
Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, 20-foot
40
radius.
feet,
So
yeah, 20
we are
foot
20
radius,
foot
yeah.
back from where we were.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Leaving M up front with a bag of spores. And are you gonna throw it?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it right at the three of them.
Okay. All right. In that case, can you roll 5d10 for me, please?
5d10. Yep.
Can't believe you pulled the best of sneezing and choking on us.
You took a bag of dust off an
You
assassin.
monster.
A bag of dust off an assassin.
But
It's
who
just like
told us it was dust of disappearance? Did we do like a check and get it wrong, or did you lie to me?
it was actually just
I-
cocaine. It was just...
I rolled 38.
38. Okay.
Nice.
No, the description, dust of sneezing and choking is made to look like dust of disappearance, even when using the identify spell.
How
so-
brutal.
Yeah. 38. You said, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first Bullywug in front of you Where are my markers? Immediately goes unconscious.
Good.
As does silently. The second one next to it does as well. The toad slows down considerably and then seems to shake it off.
How big's this toad?
It is like your size.
Okay.
Oh lord.
Yeah.
Can we? Do we need to kill this toad while it's still in the sphere of silence to cover our tracks?
Yeah.
The other bullywugs that were looking at you and the other toad are also looking at you, and they're also starting to come towards you.
But are they like coming? Not that I'm there. Ignore me. I'm not there.
No, you're not. And they're in the water, so from where you currently are, you can't really see them.
Rats.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna disguise myself as a bullywug.
Okay.
Using my Furbolg magic,
Yeah.
I can cast Disguise Self.
Yes.
But because it's my Furbolg magic and not normal Disguise Self, I can appear up to 3 feet shorter than I really am.
Does Disguise Self have a verbal component?
You move backwards though, aren't you?
It does. Can I just kind of step
You can
back
step out of the silence and then back in, yeah.
turn into a bullywug and go back in?
Yes, it's... If you're trying to do it where the other bullywugs can't see you, you'll need to make a stealth check to try to hide from them while you do this.
So wait, so
So you're just like turning around.
I don't quite understand. I
Frogson.
thought we were like in some thick trees, not
Yeah,
visible.
but they're coming... They know there's something there. They're coming towards you at this point.
Okay.
So they can see something, and it doesn't look like a bullywug to them right now.
Drop and roll, do it.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And also, Muck, can you make me another Constitution saving throw to
Ooh.
try to shake off the incapacitation?
Can I use my moment of awesome?
Yes.
Do I? Okay. Can I use my moment of awesome to like disguise to disguise myself as a bullywug and convince the others that like also to distract the others in a kind of like you know, something's weird, it's silent here and these two have fallen asleep, but like while the other two kind of get away.
Yes. Yeah.
If
If Em and Muck... But
I
Muck,
failed.
need first... What did you roll?
7.
Okay, yeah. Muck is still incapacitated, but you can definitely stall for time while the effects either wear off or Muck manages to catch her
Yeah,
breath.
I'd like to use my moment of awesome to stall for
Yes.
time,
Absolutely.
but like playing dumb, just like as this,
Yes,
this
yeah.
bullywug
Yeah.
is just like, I don't know what's going on, but silent.
Yeah, the bullywugs aren't that intelligent, so they're like kind of like they're not getting too close because there's clearly something hinky going on. But M, at this point, if you wanted to, you could sneak away and not be caught by them to try to go somewhere else. Muck, I'm gonna make you roll another con save in just a moment to try to shake it off. But Nimbo's pushed you far enough back and is distracting them enough that they don't seem to have noticed you. Especially as you're kind of like bent over, not at your full height. Blorta, what is it you're doing
Okay,
right now?
it's occurred to me. So the exact wording of
Yes.
invisibility
Yes.
is the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Yes.
I can teleport without casting a spell.
Yes.
Let me double check the wording myself, but you might well be correct. I'm just not familiar enough with the Eladrin to
Whilst
say
you're
that
checking
without
that,
checking.
Can I
Yes.
just see what like Nimbo would think here, and whether it would actually make sense to just get Muck as far the fuck away as we possibly can, and vortex warp her out.
That could be a good idea. She is still sneezing. If someone sneezes in the forest and it's 90 feet away, do you hear it?
Someone might.
Yeah, that's fair.
Someone might.
That's
But
fair.
yeah,
Muck is not currently in any danger while Nimbo is stalling.
It might be, once she stops sneezing, it might be great because then she won't be clanking around in the woods.
Okay.
True.
Okay.
Okay.
I will then be moving back then in that moment.
Okay, yeah. You begin moving silently backwards. Blurta, you are correct. It's not casting a spell, so I will let you do that while still invisible.
Okay, so I will teleport. So it has to be somewhere. So I'm basically in. Oh, I can't move myself because of this stupid error. But
I will move you. You describe where you want to go.
So basically, to the. So it's all those little bushes are this jack-o'-lantern thing. So yes. So on the bottom left-hand side of the statue.
Over there?
Yep.
Yep. You find yourself in a patch full of the spiny leaf jack-in-the-box.
Okay. And I will subtly, I'm going to try and. Was there instructions on exactly how?
You had been given a box to fill, so we can say that Blurta got the box earlier because the plan was for you to fill it.
Yeah, so I will just start filling it, and I'm going to kind of do it from inobtrusive spots, so it's not like I'm going to take the top off it. I'm going to take it near the bottom.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check at advantage because you are quite close to those bullywugs now.
Would it be stealth or sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand. We can do sleight of hand. Actually, no, this will be stealth because it's not just your hands that are moving. You're having to move around slightly.
Okay. Do you have proficiency with secateurs?
Yes. First roll was 18. Second roll was natural 20 for 22.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're able to do this so quietly. The bullywugs are still occasionally looking around to see what's happening over in the corner where everyone else is. But nothing else. They haven't noticed you. Muck, can you roll me another Constitution saving throw?
Yes, indeed. That will be a nat 20 plus 4.
You finally managed to shake off the coughing and the sneezing. You take a really deep breath, dusting yourself off, catching your breath. You are no longer incapacitated. You are fully aware of everything that's been going on around you, so if you wanted to, you could start moving backwards as well to get away from everything. Okay.
I'm still there silently, kind of miming and
Yeah.
I will just message to Blurta at this point to ask how are you getting on?
And this is all psychic, so I don't. So yeah. So, and how many words do I have?
25, I think.
25.
No, yeah. No, that's sending. I think message is just
I think
like
they're
a
the same.
sentence.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Make it 25 anyway, just for the sake of it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in harvesting the jack-o'-lantern. Gonna look for the stick.
Did you say jack-o'-lantern?
I will look confused by that.
Okay.
Wait, what's it called? Jack-in-the-box. Yeah.
Spiny,
Jack-in-the-box, yeah. Yeah. Okay. It takes you a full action to collect enough of the berries, but you can absolutely look around for the stick now as well. Can you make an investigation check?
I can. 5.
5. You do find a pile of sticks in front of the altar. They're all very interesting shapes. They seem to be like a pile of offerings. You're not sure which is the correct one.
Okay. Do I have... So I found sticks.
You found sticks. It's an armful, but you could carry them. You'd be a bit slower to move.
Can I... Could I make a nature check to rule out ones that it's definitely not?
Sure. As you are trying to figure out which stick is the right one, Nimbo, the bullywugs are starting to realize that the frog isn't responding to you the way frogs respond to bullywugs. And they're starting to get the feeling that there might be something up, but they're
Can I-
not
can I make an
entirely
animal
sure what
handling
it
check?
is. Go
Can
ahead
I-
and make an
can I
animal
try and,
handling
like,
check.
Like,
Yes.
be cool.
But
Yeah.
you can talk to the frog.
Well, no, because it's silent. I mean, I'm in a
Uh,
You're still in silence, yes.
But like, you know,
Yeah. No, make an
okay.
animal handling check. The Bullywugs are just like they're getting suspicious, but they're not sure what's happening.
my hot streak continues. That's a 19.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, the frog just kind of like it's still eyeing you warily because you're not a normal Bullywug, but it's chill. It's not hostile. It's confused.
So does that seem to like somewhat reassure the other
Yes,
Bullywugs? Buy us a
for
little
the
bit more
moment,
time?
a little bit, but it's getting dicey. You're starting to run out of time. Blurta,
I'm-
what did you get?
I'm starting to sweat underneath the underneath the disguise.
the disguise self, yeah. Blurta, what did you get? for
19
your-
on the nature check.
Yeah. You managed to rule out like 3/4 of them, but there's like 4 sticks left, and from what you remember from that tree that cursed you, it could be any one of these. You're not sure.
Okay, can I? Like, I don't want to like just grab them all. I want to like pick them up without disturbing the pile any more than necessary.
It's gonna be another stealth check, I'm afraid.
Are you playing religious Jenga?
Yes.
Pretty much, yes.
So another
Swamp
stealth check.
Jenga.
It's Mikado. It's the one where you have to pick up the sticks.
Okay. 17. I'm gonna throw on my because this is an important roll. My weird. I had a weird power somewhere that lets me add something somewhere. I have too many weird things.
I think you can add things when you fail a roll.
Oh, they're part of the talisman. Yeah, if I fail it, then I've got
Yeah.
a default.
You get a 17. No, you beat their passive perception, so they still haven't noticed you. As you pick up these 4 sticks, your arms are full now. You're not going to be able to cast a spell without, like, offloading some of the things you're holding on to.
Okay.
Or at least take a moment to put things in your pack, which in the moment it's a little bit difficult. What would you like to do?
I think I would sort of head a bit round the back of the statue,
Yeah.
like basically just like just get a bit of extra cover from like the little rocks down there that you can see. Just like tuck myself into a less obvious corner and then like carefully start packing my bag.
So it's gonna be difficult because you're right on the edge of the water.
Okay. But I mean, it doesn't have to be there specifically, but just somewhere where it's sort of like I'm not in direct line of sight if possible.
No, there's not gonna be any place
Okay.
there where you're not gonna be in direct line of sight.
Okay, in which case I'm going to just be out in like an openish spot where I at least have room to maneuver my sticks slowly. And
Okay.
again, sticks do it very slow.
Okay. Make another stealth check.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, you're trying to do a lot of things real stealthily.
21.
Okay.
Oh, master. Touch wood.
They still haven't caught on to your presence. You managed to get the box put away and the sticks kind of like rolled up so you can tuck them under one arm. They're too big to go in your bag. But yeah, you've got at least one hand free now again.
Okay. And how are the others doing at this point? Can I see?
Nimbo is struggling, even with the animal handling check. The silence is now starting to wear off. And you can, because you're the one who casts the spell, you're conscious of the time. You know you're getting close to that minute. And this also means you're probably getting close to those bullywugs waking up.
Shit.
M and Muck, you've gone quite a ways back at this point. I assume you're hanging around within, like, 30 feet-ish, so you can still get up to them, to Nimbo if anything happens. Is there anything you want to do while you're watching Nimbo vamp?
I would still just be chatting to Blurta, like, again, just another message, just to be like, stick retrieved, do you need extraction?
All targets got will get out as soon as I can.
So as I can feel the duration on my silence running out, I'm gonna start kind of backing away, still gesticulating, just kind of like, oh, isn't it time to go? Like, oh, no, I left it. And I guess as the silence runs out, I'm still miming, but like sound returns to the area. So like the rest of the noise of the swamp comes back, and you know, the insects and stuff like that, and I'm there going. And then I cast.
One of the bullywugs, does not realize what the other one immediately understands what's going on, and like, wait a second, that's not a bullywug, because they rolled real high on their intelligence check.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast fog cloud.
Okay, and you do,
And just
and
cheese
this is
it.
and this is going to help you. We're going to go into a proper skill challenge at this point for you to try to escape Bullywug territory without getting caught. So, I'm going to ask everyone to make me 2 checks of various types. This can include casting a spell, so this fog cloud will count as your first success, Nimbo. If you get 3 failures, you're gonna encounter bullywugs, and you're gonna have to fight your way through. As the bullywugs start alarm calling all around you, as the one of them realize there is intruders. Blurta, you are still inside the enclosed space, but the bullywugs that are out front, at this point, leave and come to actually go and investigate what was happening around back now that the alarm calling is happening.
Okay,
so you are able to run out.
Yeah, okay, I do that.
Yeah, okay. You have, it's about 15 minutes to get to the point where you saw the first bullywug, probably about 20-25 to actually escape their territory and get somewhere where you think you're going to be safe. So can I get suggestions for skill checks that you can do, or spells or other like resources you can use up in order to escape the bullywug?
Is this individual or team?
Everyone has to make 2 checks.
Okay, so I'm just going to start off with remaining invisible for that remaining time.
Yeah, that's not going to count towards your success, though.
Okay,
But can it help on a stealth check?
It can help on a stealth check.
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I meant.
Yeah. You can go ahead and make another stealth check to try to get out of the clearing without anyone noticing.
Okay. 21.
21. Yeah, that's a success. So it's 2 successes. You make it through and start running towards the spot you'd agreed to meet. You see the other 3 also legging it that way, but you're realizing it's probably not going to be time to stop as bullywugs are chasing behind them. M and Muck, can I get a skill check or other suggestion from you?
I'm gonna Misty Step.
Yep, Misty Step definitely helps you get out ahead of everyone else. You essentially basically catch up with Blurta, even though you're not aware of it, because Blurta is still invisible. That is another success. Muck.
Can I use my ring of jumping to do a massive jump?
Nice.
Yes, you watch M disappear, and at the same time you use the ring, and just leap, and the second that M appears again 30 feet out in front, Muck, you like crash land next to M, keeping your footing. It's like world's most impressive long jump, and you manage to continue running. Nimbo, you're left way behind because they were already ahead of you. But thankfully your legs are long.
Yes. So this is potentially a reach. But could I use insight to think about what the likely kind of pursuit paths and kind of territorial layouts could be of a froggy society?
Huh. I think this would be a nature check instead of insight.
Survival?
Survival, I'm also okay with. Yeah,
Sweet.
survival or nature rather than insight.
And
You've not spent enough time with them to really be able to get in their heads.
Sure. Can I count on Vias's guidance, or is action economy not enough?
It's gonna be tricky in the moment, so
sure.
probably no guidance.
Still on that hot streak. That's 18.
18, that's another success. Yeah, you definitely are on a hot streak. And you manage to, the other ones are just barreling through, and you're like yelling instructions from behind them. Like, no, go left. They're not gonna go that way. And you're able
They don't
to
like stones.
You're spotting like the turns in the path before you even get there. You do manage to catch up with the rest. Blorta, M, and Muck. I need one more check from each
Okay.
of you.
So can I sort of swerve off to the side? Well, so I'm still invisible.
Yes.
And I basically just want to sort of like go off a bit in a different direction. And then can I make a deception check by like, help, I have tripped over with my flimsy human legs.
Sure.
And then obviously
You can definitely try
I'll
to
obviously
draw
like
the
get behind a
attention.
bush or something so I'm not inobvious.
Yeah.
And then
You're
double back.
trying to draw their attention.
You
Absolutely.
paint a tunnel entrance on a cliffside.
14.
14 is a failure, I'm afraid.
Can
The
I use my that
Bullywugs-
thingy then?
What
That
thingy?
thingy, the talisman thingy that I just did. That we talked about a second ago.
Adding to an ability check.
If it can be added to an ability check, then yes.
Yes,
If it's
I will do
okay,
that.
as long as it's not saving throws, because
Yeah.
I can't remember which
Yeah,
one it is.
talisman to a failed ability check, add a d4.
Yep, absolutely. In that case,
That's another
you, as you, that is a success. You were going for 15. As you call out, a Bullywug pops up right next to you, and you panic before realizing you're invisible, and manage to scramble away before the Bullywug figures out where the sound was coming from. And more Bullywugs are getting drawn to that direction. Muck and M.
As they are getting drawn towards that direction, can M look to see if there's any like fragile looking branches and trees?
Yes, there will be. It's an old swamp.
Okay, I'm gonna just launch
Yeah.
magic missiles into it invisibly.
Yep, absolutely. A magic missile started launching into them. These branches crashing down behind you, blocking the path of some of the Bullywugs. One of them nearly gets squashed, and you've definitely helped them up. Muck, one final check from you, please.
Can I just do an athletics check and go full anaerobic respiration?
Absolutely.
Just juggernauting through the swamp.
Can you action
21.
surge on this?
21, and with that, Muck, you take the lead. Instead of following Nimbo's instructions, really, you're half listening, but you're just barreling through, forging your own path. And, excuse me, in doing so, you don't realize, but you actually managed to find a way around the Silverleaf fume word that you made your way through earlier.
Nice.
The
No, that's the wrong way.
Bullywugs,
Oh.
Oh.
the Bullywugs are, you can still hear them. They're still looking for the intruders, but you've made it out of their territory, and you seem to be safe for now. Except you're still in this very hazardous swamp, and are gonna have to make your way back out. But we're gonna get to that in just a moment. We're gonna take a 10-minute break. First, you managed to avoid my Bullywug encounter. I'm very proud of you, despite my mean trick with that dust.
That was so mean.
So, I had been waiting so long for that. We will be back at 1:45. See you folks shortly. Oh dear. I'm sorry to tell you this, Katanga, but I'm afraid that this misery high bluff you keep talking about has just been a figment of your imagination.
Can Katanga make an insight check?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to roll deception?
No point, because that was a natural one.
Well, if I notice this mid smooch, can I
flick my tongue out for a quick taste?
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check, I guess.
What is
Sleight
with
of
your
tongue.
characters and tasting things?
Mate, we've talked about these like these body image issues, and like you can't be comparing yourself to like refreshing beverage cunt of all people.
Most of the fleas, because I assume Dream isn't actually being all that careful.
No.
So a lot of the fleas do manage to like jump ship. And
They're fleas.
I don't know what happens if you pour bleach on a flea. They might be fine.
It might disintegrate, I don't know.
Yeah.
Google it.
What happens when you bleach a flea?
Live Psycom coming straight at you.
Look, Psychom's just being... Okay, so...
That name.
So when the Sex Muskets sing, "God save the Queen," do they
Yeah.
actually literally?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're quite sincere. A fascist regime, which we approve of.
It's
I
the,
called out with my own deep throaty alarm call as well.
What are you doing down here?
Oh, we're just taking a shortcut. You know, just traffic.
We're fumigating for sewer clowns here. You can't be here.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I've been called worse, but you better shut your mouth.
We all know the real sewer clown is Elon Musk and his tunnels, so... Kick me off Twitter, Elon, I dare you.
So, Boomslang will disguise himself as Reginar and be Big Spoon.
Okay. So,
I got you, buddy.
so we cut to a scene where this Yuan-Ti, this snake person, is spooning a pudding angel.
No. Snake person disguised as a halfling.
Yes. Oh, you're even bigger a spoon than I remember.
Yeah, I just, I used to have that energy.
Delightful, angel, delightful. And then we fade to
Oh, is
black.
that your full name?
Fade to black of spooning.
I don't want to miss a thing.
So you see in the room Eridark Ariesis, who is a pallid elf fighter gunslinger. Do I have guns? Do I fuck? What you see
Hello, and welcome back to Science and Sorcery, where Khalil has just discovered that a meatloaf is just a loaf of meat. And Alex is asking if bullywugs might be gluten intolerant. Normal conversations. Let's keep the bullywug counter going for the time being. We will reset it to 0, Sam, but until you're out of the swamp, they'll remain bullywugs, just in case you run into some again. And then we'll change it to goblins if you make it out. But you have a long 3 days journey left to make your way back out of the swamp, with potentially more secrets to uncover. You are safe for the moment, but you're in a part of the swamp you haven't been to before, and you're gonna have to navigate your way around again with some skill challenges to try to avoid encounters. Right now, you will find yourself next to another patch of silverleaf fumewort. What would you like to do?
Do we want to scoop another little bit of fumewort?
It did
I'm
come in
happy to.
handy. Yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of skills would be required to safely harvest?
A nature check was what Muck did while holding her breath, and someone gusting wind away from her face.
We can do that again.
Essentially, it's a nature check to try to collect the right parts of the plant and to not destroy it in the process.
I'm pretty good at nature.
Go for it.
We've had a $20 donation for Bullywug Advantage.
I will keep that in mind.
Okay.
Was that from Hogan or from Alex, Sam?
That was Hogan.
Okay. Thanks, Hogan.
Thanks.
Vyas,
Hogan.
guide me. Oh, Hogan, guide me.
No, Hogan does not want to guide you. Is he?
Hogan wants to guide the bullywugs.
Yeah, true. Unhogan, unguide me. Okay, my hot streak is over. That was a 40.
14.
Oh,
That was the same thing you rolled last, that Muck rolled. So you managed to fill the same pouch again. So you have enough for 1 blast of like sleep spores, or you can sell it to that Duragar herbalist in the Citadel for a moderately large sum of money, was the impression you were under.
Great. On the way home, I would like to swing by that temple again, just to thank Vyas for, protecting us
I've had a,
in this.
Yeah, I've had a strange feeling about that place. I wouldn't mind going back there as well.
I had a really good feeling about it. What was the vibe you got?
Just like there was something strange, and I've missed it, and it's been bugging me ever since.
There was something strange in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and there aren't any around, so I couldn't, like, even with this earring, I can't call them. So,
Well, who are you going to call? Vyas, of course.
That's true. Yeah.
The Revenant Hunter.
Fingerblasters. Yes, we've got our theme tune.
Theme tune.
Ray Parker Jr. featuring the Fingerblasters.
Disadvantage.
Oh.
All right. You are able to travel a little bit further today to put some more distance between yourself and the bullywugs. Can someone please make me a skill check of some kind as you begin to navigate your way back through the swamp?
Can I make a survival check just to see if we can find the path we came?
Yeah, absolutely.
Vyas, guide them.
D4?
That is allowed.
Is that
A D4, yes.
Yeah. That's going to be 16.
16. Yeah, 16 is
Oh, sorry,
enough.
no, 19.
19. 19 is definitely enough. You don't manage to find the exact path that you took, but you do manage to find an area that is familiar to you. And the struggle with finding the exact path is just that it's really soggy, and it's hard to find tracks in general. But you manage to get yourself on the right path, and eventually find the spots that you camped, which is indicated by the corpses of the 3 raccoons that you murdered there. So you do find yourself back, heading in the direction of the cursed tree.
I feel like
Um,
murder is somewhat loaded language.
Self-defense.
That's
Self-defense.
We're gonna get
All
like
right.
a whole episode in Raccoon Court.
God, I wish I didn't prep for that. No, you make it back to Raccoon Village, and begin to set off on the path that you're pretty sure you took to get to that tree. You continue on a little bit further, and you trying to spot your own like tracks as well as you can until you get to that slightly drier mound of earth. The tree still sat stationary inside of it.
Don't look at it. Don't make eye contact.
I specifically look down at the floor and just, we have brought back some sticks, I think probably including one of yours.
Show me.
Alright. Present the sticks.
All 4 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to do it that way in case like it has to be the stick?
Like
Maybe let's.
You could have had someone else look at them first, Blurta, if you
okay,
wanted to.
can we say we did that?
Yes. One person can make an investigation check.
What do we think as a group? Like, would detect magic be better than just like an investigation?
I think so. If someone could.
Let's do it.
I can cast.
Have you got it?
I can cast detect magic.
Okay. Yeah, and one of the sticks absolutely gives off an aura of magic. Similar to the aura of the tree if you're doing it nearby. So you are able to identify it that way.
Okay. It's that one. And don't give the rest, just give the one they asked for.
Okay. I do that.
Okay. The tree reaches out, some of the entwined branches, taking the stick from you, Blurta. And you feel fine. You feel completely normal again, whereas before there might have still been a little bit of uncertainty. And if your detect magic is still up, Blurta is definitely no longer cursed, from what you can tell from your spell. As the tree takes the branch, cradles it, and stiffens up and goes completely still.
Wow.
Eyes
Cool.
closed.
Well, that was sad.
Now this will make, out of character, some excellent standing deadwood habitat for various organisms.
Yeah, cursed trees aren't a good habitat for most organisms.
but now it's dead. They can go to town, cursed wood beetles and such. I don't know.
I say a little prayer to kind of accompany this tree being at rest and returning to its natural state.
Okay. Yep, and you do that, and you are able to continue your journey back towards Siron. Can someone else make me a skill check now that you have lifted Blurta's curse?
I'd say I don't have a lot that's particularly great in the outdoors. Let's go with a. Could I use a history check to sort of like consider like historical routes through the area or something?
Yeah.
Guidance.
There's a lot of history in this one. You've already used your guidance once.
Okay, that will be
Once every 2 checks.
9. So I'm gonna assume that fails and add on my D4 just in case.
Yeah, go for it.
So that takes it to 12.
12 is not going to be enough, I'm afraid. The DC was 13. You you're like trying to think of what kind of historical battles have happened in this part of the swamp, what do you know about it? But you don't really have that much to rely on, and I'm assuming Blurta is too full of herself to admit that.
That's
Can you
valid.
can you roll a D6 for me, please?
I can. 6.
6, okay. Can you roll a D8 then, please?
Yes.
with this sort of thing, you never know whether it's good to roll high or roll low. Is it like,
4.
oh,
Okay.
are we gonna have
You. So you rolled for an environmental encounter, not a combat encounter. 4, 5, and 6 is environmental. 1, 2, 3 is combat.
Oh, keep it secret. Don't tell us.
It might change. That's just how it is today, which I'm happy for you to know for this session. You are all following Blurta, who I assume is loudly talking about all the history she knows of the area.
Something like that.
Something like that. And Blurta, as you take a step, you begin to sink down rapidly into the swamp. And you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Saving through? 10.
Nope, you are getting sucked down into this quicksand rapidly. You're unable to fling yourself backwards fast enough to
Misty
stop
step.
you. There we go. You misty step. Are you going forward or backwards?
Are there any like kind of logs lying horizontal?
This is like a snap decision, so
Well, just the
difficult-
nearest confirmable stable thing I see. So if
Okay,
that's
yeah, that would
backwards.
be backwards, yeah, because you know for certain there's solid ground there. Yeah, you managed to misty step backwards and appear behind everyone else, who will stop walking.
Okay, so there's
Ooh.
quicksand here.
cool?
No, on you go.
So I guess what we're gonna need is some way of kind of spreading out our weight, distributing it over a bigger area.
Well, what I
Because-
could propose also is we just prod the ground with this with sticks as we go to test it.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I mean, probably, yeah, maybe. Like if we need to cross some quicksand at any point, we can kind of lay some like thick branches over it to kind of, act like a massive snowshoe or something.
Yeah.
So, because quicksand is a non-Newtonian fluid.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it was.
Yeah, that's why it can flow like liquid or be compressed and kind of feel solid-ish in certain. And so what it is that it's like it might not be any non-Newtonian fluid, but it's some kind of like super saturated suspension, basically. So you've got like grains, and they're each surrounded by enough water that they're lubed up enough that they can just slide past each other in every direction. But if you put kind of pressure on it gradually and in a kind of distributed way, then it essentially squeezes out the water between the particles so that it can firm up rather than them flowing immediately around your foot.
It is a non-Newtonian fluid. I did just look that up. Take a d6
Yay.
for science facts.
So if we're spreading our weight, then is this like lie on all fours and like belly crawl like a
Shimmy.
polar bear, or?
I
What do you
mean,
reckon?
or we could use Muck's shield as like a giant, like little raft almost, but to sort of like kind of push ourselves along.
How big is this shield?
That's a good question.
I don't think it's that big.
How
No.
big is your rock?
Can we just go all fours? Yeah, we don't have to be full flat, do we? All fours would help. We're crawling on all fours. Is that allowed?
Anything is allowed.
I know, but no one else is talking.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, I
just
was
going to
thinking, yeah.
I'm going to get my staff and I'm just going to try and work out the perimeter of the quicksand.
Right now where you are, it is basically spread out all in front of you until it drops off into the swamp.
Okay, and does it just continue off to either side?
Yeah. So you have water, quicksand, more water.
Ah, I see.
I think we can assume with most obstacles that Dagmar's going to put in front of us, we can't just walk around it.
Yeah.
Well, you can. You can try that. There will likely be something else. But you'll have to make another skill challenge to get around it, which increases the risk of having
Well, that's why I put
a
the word
combat
just.
encounter.
So can we try and like Gromit putting down the train track as he's going along, but much slower.
Yes.
Kind
Yes.
of lay down a bunch of branches, kind of test them,
Mhm.
and then lay down a few more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a survival check.
I will assist.
One
Thank
of you
you.
can assist. Yes.
Bias, guide me.
Guidance.
Oh, hot streak is over. So the higher of those was an 8. Guidance was a 3 to 11. Survival is a 4 to 15.
Okay. Not as bad as it could have been.
Wait,
You.
if I hadn't had advantage or guidance, that would have been a natural 5 plus 4 to 9. So
Yeah, that would have been bad. With a 15, it takes some time, but you are able to very carefully find enough branches and spread them out. And you're having to go one at a time, and it is very slow. But you are able to make your way across the patch of quicksand by distributing your weight like this. Someone probably needs to help, like Muck and Nimbo, with their heavier weapons and armor. And just sort of like pass it along and then gear up again once you get to the other side. But you do manage to make it. It's just, yeah, it's quite a bit of time. It's starting to get a bit later in the day. But you have made it to the other side. And you can see on the other side of this quicksand, and you notice the quicksand seems to have been intentional in its placement. You're not sure how this happened, but you're noticing again some of those things that M had spotted earlier as you were passing through this region. Those strange sorrow bandits that you'd heard about in stories, who used and manipulated the environment to their advantage. You seem to be re-entering their territory.
Can I suggest perhaps... So when you say it's getting a bit later, what
Yeah.
sort of later are we talking?
Like mid-afternoon.
Oh, okay. Not like
Yeah.
evening.
No, it took you like the entire morning to get to the Bullywug encampment, but it's now taking you until like 3 or 4 p.m. Essentially to make your way back to this point.
I mean, would you mind if we took a lunch break? Maybe I regained my spells. As I
We
am-
are in enemy territory, aren't we, though?
This is true, but at the I mean, I can still blast things like that. I can always do that, but like anything more elaborate, I'm kind of out.
Cool.
I'm low on spell slots. I don't get them back on a short rest. But I agree with Muck. I think
I feel
think
like we should move. Yeah.
the faster we can get through this territory, I don't think we should be having a picnic in bandit country.
Okay.
Or
In
we
that
could put you
case-
in your box if you really need to rest.
Already
guess.
been in for today, so can't do
Ah,
it.
okay. Damn.
We could blurt it in our box.
Yeah.
We keep going.
One puts
Alright,
Blurt
in
in
that
box.
Like one of those
If
cat
you're-
carriers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what but like one of the backpack ones that they can see through.
Well, it's shaped like a little rocket ship.
Exactly.
Anyone suggests putting M in that, then they will claw your face off.
I would never.
Rightly so. Rightly so. It would be a really big backpack as well.
Okay.
Alright, in that case, Nimbo or Muck, can one of you make a skill check in order to navigate through this territory?
After that, can I just be like, Jesus, we really need to look where we're going and make a perception check.
Yes, absolutely, you can.
15?
15. Okay, yeah, 15's a success. And with that, you do actually, as you're starting to make your way, occasionally spot what look like traps, like triggers for different traps. You're not entirely sure what they do, but with your check, you're able to avoid them, and you're able to sort of navigate around. Nimbo, can you make a check as well to continue your navigations?
Now that we're dealing with humanoids,
Yes.
with less amphibian humanoids,
Yes.
would it be more appropriate to use insight to be like if I was an arboreal bandit?
Yes.
Um,
Yes, absolutely. Especially being from near the Sorrow, and probably hearing stories about these bandits, insight will work.
Bias, guide me. It's okay actually. 22.
22. Yeah, you are able to continue further and further into this territory, and you've got the feeling like you're beginning to get out. Until you come upon a slightly large clearing, some very deep, stagnant, foul-smelling pools surrounding this massive tree, hung heavy with corpses, humans, animals. I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw as you see this in front of you.
That'll be a 5.
I'll use
That's
my
a failure.
chronal shift to let you do it again.
Thank
7.
you.
7,
That's
21.
Nice.
21,
16.
16.
it's a natural 2, but with my modifier and my science dice, that's a 13.
Whoa.
A 30 still fails, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
M and Muck, you're in shock for a moment, but you're able to take a deep breath and gather yourself. Nimbo and Blurta, you both take 9 points of psychic damage. And you watch as 2 of the corpses in the tree shudder and start climbing down and moving, shuffling slowly towards you.
Not good, not good, not good.
Do we all see that? Or just...
Blurta and Nimbo see it.
Oh, Lord.
As they get within 30 feet,
Yeah.
I would like to clutch my holy symbol and turn the undead because they are an abomination against nature.
Okay, that's a saving throw for them, right?
Yeah, wisdom DC 14, I think.
Okay, let me see. One of them stops and starts slowly shuffling backwards, backing away from you.
Moonwalking away.
Pretty
Doing the
much, yeah.
thriller dance.
The other one continues to amble towards you, seemingly unaffected.
You got-
sort of step a few steps to the side to see, like, where exactly it's heading.
As far as you can tell, it's heading directly for you.
Like, this thing, how far away is it at this point?
If Nimbo waited until 30 feet to 20, rapidly getting closer.
Okay, I'm just going, and it's going much slower than us.
It's a little bit slower than you.
Okay, so, like, let's walk away from this bad thing.
What bad thing?
The
Can you
tree
not see
zombie?
the bodies and there's one coming and one going?
No, just the ones hanging from the trees. What's going on?
It's right there.
I am walking away from the zombie.
Okay. Can you roll a d4?
4.
4. Okay, in that case, can you make me a... Hold on, let me find it. Yep, that's the one. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw as your foot sinks in to the ground again, but this time you feel yourself drop down about 3 feet and then needle-like stings into your legs as a swarm of wasps rises up out of the ground.
4.
4. 4 is not going to save. You are poisoned, and you are going to take... Sorry, I said 1 swarm of wasps. It's 2 swarms of wasps. 36 points of piercing damage.
36.
As you feel yourself begin to lose consciousness, Muck, can you roll me 3d8?
Here we go.
Wait, that's...
Total of 17.
17. Blurta,
Yeah.
you begin to lose consciousness. At this moment, Muck, you feel that warmth that's been in your chest since you drank that mysterious potion
Yeah.
burst out, light shooting out towards Blurta, who is still within 30 feet of you. Blurta, you regain 17 hit points at the moment you lose consciousness, and therefore do not drop prone. You are surrounded by wasps.
Run!
But for the moment, they don't seem to be harming you. As you're enveloped in this soft, glowing light. And the poison fades from your body instantly.
I am so very confused. Do you see the fucking wasps?
Yes, you
No.
all see the
You
wasps.
see the wasps.
Oh, the wasps are real.
Let's go.
Yeah, we see the wasps. What's the way out of here? I assume we can't go straight through. So back the way we came.
Go around it.
Back. Maybe this
Yeah.
is one that we can go around.
What you can go around.
As we're leaving, I'm calling out to the wasps, using my speech of beast and leaf. Just being like, sorry, we didn't mean to disturb you. We'll be leaving immediately now. Sorry. Do you know
The
these
wasps-
dead people?
The wasps are still trying to sting Blurta, but they're stopping like halfway into this soft glow that's continuing to shine around Blurta. And then going back out and trying again, and they're just not able to get through whatever this barrier is.
Mark.
And eventually you do manage to leave the wasps behind.
Yeah, it's like, this is a bit awkward. Could you carry me for a second? Just because, like, I trust your feet better than mine.
I thought you'd never ask. It was just over my shoulder.
Fireman's carry.
Okay.
We don't need to strength check. I know Blurta's body very well.
No, you absolutely can. Sorry, I just got
That's gotta go
distracted
down
by
in-
the...
That's got to go down in the best quotes of Science and Sorcery. We don't need a strength check. I know Blurta's body very well.
I mean, you spoon together, you stay together. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So.
Yes, you can go around the tree. You make your way through first deeper into these bandits' territories, and I would like everyone to make a stealth check, please, to avoid being spotted. As Blurta is being carried by Muck.
12? Oh wait, disadvantage.
Do I have to roll if I'm being carried by
Yes. Yes, because you might be screaming for all we know.
Before we
I
go,
probably am, because I got a net one.
So, oh my god, you people,
Oh my
Sam.
God.
Sam, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say before we go any further, hi raiders. We've just had 2 raids. Hello,
Yeah.
welcome in.
Hi everyone! They're
Yo,
rolling
welcome.
stealth checks, and they did terribly in the first one that they made them roll today, and now they've got more nat ones, and Khalil, by your expression, I'm guessing it didn't go well.
So, yeah, disadvantage. I rolled a 17 and a 1.
Oh no.
Oh,
2 nat ones! Muck also
Didn't
rolling
we
a
have 2 nat ones
disadvantage.
last time?
I got 12 though.
Yes, you
On my
did.
worst.
12, okay, 12 is a success.
The other one was
Um,
13, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And M.
I think I'm just like fuck from all the sting pain.
Sorry, Sam, what did you say?
22.
Yes. 22. Okay. 2 nat ones though.
I'm still calling out to the wasps, like,
You
"Yep,
are,
sorry,
and
we're leaving. We didn't mean any trouble. Bye."
yeah, you're not going to be able to fully prevent someone from noticing you as you attempt to get away from this tree hung with corpses and this strange wasp trap nest thing. So in that case, I've moved you to a different map as some of the bandits have spotted you, but it's not as many as it might have been. And now, Hogan, I did text you, but you haven't seen my message. Can I use the Bullywug advantage for these bandits instead? Please let Sam know in the chat and he will relay the message to me. Let me
I'm really
see.
looking forward to being killed by these very, very, very cool enemies.
Yeah, appearing from one side, and thank you so much to some people on Reddit for helping me find some good bandits. You see several people, and now I'm afraid I don't have anything to distinguish between the different types of people who are attacking you, but I'm also gonna struggle, so, you know.
Too brave to run away.
Now, you should be able to add yourselves to the map, if I'm not mistaken.
How does one do this?
I believe in the little character icon thing. There might be a plus button. I might be wrong. I will just add you. Cool.
We got a yes from Hogan.
Awesome. Thank you,
Yay.
Hogan. I will give it to this group's leader.
Yeah, I
Right,
can't add
I'm-
myself from the combat
Nope,
screen.
that's
just
all
so
right.
you know.
I'm adding you in. I wasn't sure
Thank
if you could.
you.
So
mm.
for the people, for the raiders who are new to the channel, what are these
Ooh,
bandits?
Yeah. So you see the bandits of the swamp, the Sorrow. Several of them step out in front of you. Sorry, I've added the wrong one in. They are humanoid, but they are mutated. They look as if they have lived in the swamp so long that they have become part of it. You can see moss growing on them and lichens. Their hair has turned green and their skin is streaked with browns and greens, as if to camouflage themselves better in this environment. I will describe in just a moment once I get the final bandit. 2 of them. One of them is wearing what looks to be a leather studded with bone. 2 of them are wearing hide armor, and one of them is wearing ordinary leather. So, can everyone please roll initiative as they step out, and one of them threatens to attack, raising their weapon.
15.
19.
14.
Okay. 15 for Blurta, 19 for Muck. What, M?
13.
13 and 14 for Nimbo? Is that correct?
Oh yeah,
He's
sorry, I was
nodding.
nodding.
Yes. Oh, yeah, no, I only have one screen right now because I'm traveling, so please speak because I cannot currently see anyone in any of my players.
Oh,
okay,
so if we kind of mime or like write stuff on pieces of paper and show it to the camera, we can ship talk to you without you know.
Yes, yes. Until I watch the recording back, or Hogan, please text me if any of my players are being mean to me, so I can get them disadvantage. Okay, Muck, you are up first.
Yeah.
You see. Let me just indicate this to you, just because there's not going to be another way for you to distinguish it. The 2 at the top are the 2 that dressed in hides. The one at the back on the bottom is dressed in normal leather, and looks to be a little bit more brand than the rest, and the one at the front at the bottom is wearing the studded leather. You are still carrying Blurta, by the way.
Can I drop Blurta as my item?
Absolutely. Yes,
Are you
can
objectifying
drop
Blurta?
Yeah.
I mean, you
You can
do
definitely
understand my
drop a
body very
Blurta.
well, so I assume you dropped me just elegantly.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. So that you float down like a feather. I'm-
Absolutely, you can do that.
Supporting the head right to the end.
I think I'll go for the one in the studded leather.
Hello
Okay,
to even more raiders.
Yay!
Yeah, welcome in, Raiders.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome, Raiders. We're just starting some combat. I'm gonna move you a little bit closer to these bandits because you would have been quite close by the time you spotted them.
Cool.
So yeah, Muck, you can absolutely get up in range to the bandit in studded leather.
Yep.
That bandit is carrying, let me tell you, a short sword and a longbow slung on their back.
Oh my. Sorry, I drew square by accident. I don't know how to take it off. Please, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
done.
you did. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, and I assume you're attacking, so go ahead and make your attacks.
4 + 6 is 10.
10 is not going to hit, I'm afraid. As the
I'm
bandit
gonna action surge. Sorry.
dodges out of the way. Yep, go for it. Action surge.
Action surge. Let's go. Attack again. Yeah. 12 + 6, 18.
18 does hit, so go ahead and roll your damage.
What's that? 15 damage.
Nice. Okay, amazing. You
Slashing.
immediately lay into this bandit after dodge the first one of your attacks. The second one hits home, and you carve a sharp gash out of their side. Instead of normal blood, it oozes much slower, almost like tree sap.
Ooh.
Anything else you want to do? Bonus action? Hello?
Hello.
Enter.
Oh, she's back.
Okay. In that case, Blurta, you are up next.
Okay, so I'm gonna try seeing if it lets me do anything now. Oh, it's letting me do anything. So I'm gonna move backwards.
Yep. We've got a big
Um,
map, so make use of the space.
So did you say the one who was wearing leather is like the more impressive looking one?
Yes.
And did you say that there were any of them had bows or anything?
The one Muck just attacked had a long bow. Yeah. And the more impressive looking one also has a bow of some kind.
Okay. I am going to shoot the one that Muck shot. Muck, yeah.
Okay.
You got advantage thanks to the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, chat. Yeah, you have advantage.
Right. So, does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Yep. Does that advantage have to be used right now, or can it just be?
Like within the next 2 rounds, let's say.
Okay. Yep. So let's just.
Just because otherwise we might forget it's there.
Yes, that's. And that is a nice, juicy 11 points of damage plus those 2 fire damage, and I will shove it backwards.
10 feet. Okay, yeah, this Sorrow Bandit immediately getting blasted backwards with the Eldritch Blast. You see more of this sap-like blood spray out of it. It's looking real dicey.
My bite is worse than your bark.
Shit, here we go. Let's
Anything
go!
else you want to do, Blurta?
I am going to down my potion because
Yep, that's allowed. Okay, in that case, it is now the leader of the bandits' turn. The bandit is going to let me see.
back to full.
Very good.
Woo!
We love to see
Yeah,
it.
the leader is going to take out their own bow. s- yeah, and attempts to make 2 attacks against Blurta, who just hit one of its allies and looks much less armored than Muck. So to make 2 attacks against Blurta, and has advantage, thanks Hogan, which will be a 23 to hit on the first attack.
Chronal shift to make that fail. I'll roll again.
That is going to be a 15 to hit.
Still hits.
Yeah. Okay, and then second attack is an 18 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah. You take 11 points of piercing damage as these 2 arrows made almost out of living wood, vines wrapped around them, like dash into your body. The leader of the group is then going to use their movements. Let me see how much movement they have. 30 feet, okay.
Just to clarify, is that the corpse tree there, or is that just a random tree?
It's just it's the corpse tree. You haven't managed to get that far away from it yet.
Okay.
It's going to use their action to run towards the corpse tree.
Oh no. Oh, no.
It is now, whose turn is it now? It is now Nimbo's turn.
Okay, so I had a plan, but now that person running towards the tree seems purposeful.
Yes.
For my bonus action, I'm gonna chug a healing potion.
Go for it.
So that's gonna be 6 points of healing, so not too bad. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go up in front of that person who's running towards. Oh, that's the wrong
Okay.
control. Erase. Bam. Oh, why can't I erase it? God damn it.
I can do it.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna run up there, and I'm gonna cast a level 1 Thunder Wave.
Okay. That is a dexterity saving throw.
Con.
Con saving throw. Con saving throw. 7 plus probably not enough.
It's gonna be a 14.
10. Yeah, no. They don't save.
So they're gonna take 2d8 thunder damage, and they're gonna
Nice.
be knocked back. How many feet? 10 feet.
Oh, okay. They land like half sprawled, half in the pond that is there.
And that's 11 thunder damage.
11 thunder damage. Nice.
And I am going to move up to be. I'm going to chase him down. I'm going to square up
Awesome.
with him.
Yeah, you'll have enough movement for that. Awesome. Okay.
That's my turn.
M.
How is that one that Nimbo's like next to looking currently?
Oh, fine.
Oh, like, okay.
Yeah. The one that Muck had attacked, which is the one with the red aura here, is very bad. The other 2 have not been damaged yet.
Okay, I am also worried about the one that was purposely run to that tree, so I'm
Yep.
also gonna look at Nimbo and watch what's happening. Just launch a witch bolt.
Yep, go for it. Yep.
That's a natural 20.
That
Nice.
hits, definitely. Go ahead
so-
and roll your double damage.
4d12.
Nice.
Oh, disgusting. Are you doing it at second level?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Which is gonna be 29 points of damage.
29 points of lightning damage crash down Nimbo. You don't even flinch. You are one with lightning at this point.
You
See
it
definitely
reflected in a crackle in my eyes.
that definitely hurt. It's still not looking too bad.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to look at one of the others, the closest one to me that is not taking damage,
Yep.
and inflict a blood curse of the anxious on it.
Okay.
Um,
Disadvantage on intimidation checks?
Until the end of your next turn,
Okay.
intimidation checks against it have advantage.
Oh, intimidation checks against it have advantage.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good to know. Okay, and if that is your turn, it is now their turn. So the one you just cursed is going to, this is not the right. There it is going to look at yeah, look at you, M, who just did a significant amount of damage, and you're going to, as they reach their hand out towards you, you feel the ground underneath you shift. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Dex. That is going to be a 14.
14. You save, and you manage to like keep your footing, but the earth, like underneath you, is starting to give way. And you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage just from the earth shifting around your legs before you're able to step out of it.
Okay.
But you managed to get clear of the area that you were that was being targeted underneath you.
Brilliant.
The other one is going to do the same, but to Nimbo. So Nimbo, can you make a dexterity saving throw as well, as the ground underneath you also shifts? 4? Sir, I cannot see you.
Oh, sorry. Yes, 4.
Thank you. I've got like the tiny little like zoom preview screen.
Sorry, yeah. For the written record, 4.
4. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. You take the full. You also take 3 points of damage because I rolled much worse. But the earth like grasps around you. Your speed is reduced to 0 until the end of this opponent's next turn.
Fuck. Snack.
The last bandit at this point is going to is going to run up. Actually, it doesn't need to. It's going to stay where they are, and is going to pull out a trap and toss it in between M and Muck. Can you both make dexterity saving throws?
Not a trap. Oh, God.
A trap.
Is it wasps? It might be
Oh,
more
no.
wasps.
I rolled 11.
11 is what you needed.
Who are this?
M?
16.
16. Okay, you both save, so you'll take 3 points of piercing damage each as the trap explodes out, and these tiny piercing needles, like tree, like thorns, just embed themselves in the lower part of your body.
The trap's a physical trap, right? Not a magical one.
No, it's a physical trap.
So I don't take any damage because I'm a heavy armor master.
Yes, you do reduce that to 0. The bandit is then going to take out its longbow and is going to target M, given that M has less armor and these are not stupid people. That is going to miss. That's an 8. And you manage to dodge out of the way as an arrow goes soaring past your head. Okay, and that brings us back to the top of the round, with Muck.
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, round number 2. I'm just gonna hit somebody. Who will I hit?
Fuck 'em up, Muck.
I'm gonna fuck them up. Don't you worry about that. I reckon I'm just gonna keep going on this person I've been working on.
Yep.
So let me try and hit him again. Da, 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 da. 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits.
And what is that? Oh, I can't see what the dice is. 10 damage.
10 is more than what you needed, as the first bandit collapses as Muck, you lay into them with your great sword. Or sorry, are you using the pole arm? Your reachy weapon.
He's frozen the
Which
set.
is
That is in my great sword.
You're
Shiba-
using your great sword, yeah.
Yeah, I thought
okay,
it was
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so the first bandit goes down. I
Nice.
believe this means you have a second attack.
Yes, indeed. And I'm gonna use it.
You
I'll
have
let
enough
you-
movement to get up to either one of the two hide-clad opponents.
Which one's the fancy one? Do I have that person
The
in
fancy
range?
one is up. The fancy one's near Nimbo. They're too far away for you to get up to right now.
Okay, no problem. I'll just move on to the closest. And
Yep.
let's see if I hit again. That will be, oh, what's that, 15 to hit?
15 does hit.
Cool. 3 + 5 is 8 + 4 is 12. Damage.
Well, okay. Oh, jeez. Nope. Sorry, they're not meant to be on 0. I fucked up.
You just exploded them into giblets.
Nope. I just keep just typing a minus and then exiting out of it, and then it gives me an NaN, and then I fuck everything up.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. You begin attacking this opponent. And they've taken some damage, but yeah. Nice work. Anything else?
Cool. End turn.
Blurta.
Okay, I think I'm going to go for the good old snooker tactic. So I'm just going to reposition very slightly to get a nice line up there.
Yep.
I shall attempt to snooker this first one into the one at the back.
Okay.
25 to hit.
25 definitely hits.
And 16 points of damage.
16 is one more than you needed. As are you gonna ricochet their corpse backwards?
Yeah, just gonna blast their flying corpse into the gun.
Okay. I'll make a dex save for the other one. Yeah, the other one manages to dodge out of the way as you the corpse of their companion goes flying back towards them. There's a corpse there now.
I feel like there should be a pun here, but I can't think of one, so that's the end of my turn.
Okay, in that case, the fancy leader is up now with Nimbo. You're on deck. The leader is going to. Let me see what they can do. They can do some fun stuff. Yeah.
They pull
The
out a cake in
leader-
the shape of a furball.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. No. The leader is going to stow their bow, which you can see up close, Nimbo. The wood is like shifting and seems to still be alive underneath their hands. And
that's very
just gonna punch you with these fists, which you can see. It's hard to tell if they're just wrapped in brambles or if the brambles are growing out from underneath their sleeves. But they're gonna make 2 bramble-wrapped fist attacks against you.
As the fist is coming towards me, I'm like, "Oh, that's fascinating. Are those?"
That's a natural 17 and a natural 18 for a 23 and a 22, which I believe
I
both
think you know full well those are both hit.
hit. I like my bandits. Okay. So you're gonna take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nature's Wrath. Bam. Dex
Okay.
save, please.
And 4 points of piercing damage.
Sorry, how much was that? Sorry.
12 points of bludgeoning, 4
Fuck.
points of piercing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, who's Jesus?
Nature's Wrath,
Vias.
natural 20
Yeah.
for a total of 23.
So they'll still take half damage.
They do, yes.
So that will be 4 points. That's already half. It was 8, half the
Yeah.
4.
Perfect.
Jesus,
Okay.
wasn't that guy in first year back at the school?
Yeah, the carpenter.
It was Jesus. He was at the College of Havel, Goddess of the Arts, Arts and Crafts. Okay, this bandit is going to then run away from you and start climbing the tree. So you do get an attack. Oh no, you've just used your reaction, so you
Used
don't
my
get an attack
reaction.
of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they manage to get about 20 feet up into the tree, and it's difficult for you to see them at this point. They have half cover. Okay, Nimbo, your turn.
I'm not happy. I'm out of second level slots. I've only got a couple of first level slots left. I'm rooted to the ground, right?
Yeah, you can't move.
The ground is holding onto my feet. Oh! Can I see them at all?
Yes, they have cover, but you can see them.
You know what? Just gonna go for it. I'm
Javelin?
gonna pull out my javelin of lightning,
There we go.
Nice. Here it goes.
angle up,
Mm.
and go for it.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Do I have anything? I don't have a nerd dice, do I? No.
No, you use yours.
Oh fuck! That's a 9.
Yeah, no, the 9 is not gonna hit. The javelin gets tangled up in the branches. It's crackling electricity. The tree takes some damage from this, but it's not a living tree as far as you can tell. And the javelin just eventually crashes down through the branches.
I think the lightning does ignite flammable objects.
There is some smoke, but it's very moist. It's
Okay.
very humid.
Okay.
So you could light it on fire, but it would require a sustained effort. Instead, you just get some scorch marks.
Gosh darn it. Okay, then I'm gonna chug another potion of healing.
Go for it.
Because those punches were spicy.
Brutal.
They were. Okay, in that case, M, you're up.
I'm going to launch a chromatic orb at that one in the tree.
Okay, they have cover, but go for it.
That's fine.
What is the range in chromatic orb, actually? Is it 60 feet?
90 feet.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
I'm also going to use my d6 at this point as well, which it has, which is going to be a 21.
21 does still hit, even with
Okay.
the cover.
Okay, so it's 3...
What kind of chromatic orb is it?
Fire.
Fire.
So that's going to be... 16 fire damage.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. It's hard to see, but you definitely did a substantial amount of damage. This bandit is now below half hit points. As you can see, like the flames igniting over their clothes. Anything else you want to do?
No, there's nothing else I can do, so I'm gonna just stay
Okay.
where I am.
In that case, it is now the next druid's turn. The druid is going to back away from the scary half-orc with the big sword. And can get... actually, no, first is going to cast Entangle around the scary half-orc with the big sword. That makes sense. So we will make that square. That becomes a difficult terrain muck as the druid starts backing out and away from you. And that is their turn, because I believe that is full action. Yes, it is. In that case, Muck, it's your turn now.
Alrighty-o, I am going to hurt somebody. Alright, let's see, who's closest? What have we got over here? I can get
You've
to
got
the
one
tree
person who's
30.
20 feet up in a tree,
Oh,
and the
shit,
other
okay.
one has made difficult terrain and then backed away from you to the other side of a pond.
Alright, item insert action to swap my greatsword for my longbow. Can I do that?
Object interaction, yes, absolutely.
Yes. You thought you could get away from me, but I'm ranged as well, baby. Now I'm going to try and attack. The range of my longbow, 150 feet. Excellent. So what should I go? I'll go for the one in the tree, I think. I'll treat
The
myself.
one in the tree has cover still.
Oh, rats. Okay, I'll go for the other one then.
Yep.
Oh gosh, okay. Let's give it a go. 15 to hit.
15 definitely hits.
Amazing. 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing damage. Yeah, you managed to lodge an arrow into them. Entangle, I believe, is a concentration spell. So they will make a Constitution saving throw, which they just make. They got a 10, which is what they needed. So you are still in difficult terrain.
All right.
But you have your movement. You're just at half speed in that square.
Okay, cool. So, what is this? This person's like 35 feet away. So
you're at half speed going through, so you'll be able to get just about to that tree stump. Over
yes,
here.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and move over there. Blurta, you're up next.
Okie dokie. So, the guy on the tree's in cover.
Yes.
Are there any large branches above him that I've got a good line of sight on?
Make a perception check.
Nat 20 for 21.
Yeah, you can see one. It's not directly above, but there is one sort of diagonally above.
Yeah, I basically just want to blast a branch off so it drops on top of him.
Alex, we've been over this multiple times. You have to target a creature.
It seems so illogical.
Listen, the gifts given by the Jinn are mysterious.
Yeah. Fine. I shoot a squirrel that's on the...
There's a bunch of corpses.
I'm
There's
really...
like a squirrel corpse.
Is there a corpse like that I could kind of blast into him so it sort of knocks him sideways?
I'll allow that. Yeah. It'll be difficult to hit a corpse, but I will let you try this. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay.
Sorry, Khalil, were you going to say something?
I'm just really trying to understand what the benefit is, apart from it being fun.
Well, I'm trying to basically knock him out the tree.
Yeah, but couldn't you just shoot them?
But isn't he in cover?
Yes.
That was my...
So they'll have like higher AC, but...
And I'm going... Oh wait, that's wrong. Roll. Sorry, ignore that.
To be fair, if I was climbing a tree and I got hit with a squirrel...
Well, I was assuming it was going to be an actual person that... 19.
19 will hit squirrel. I will say it also would have hit the bandit.
Okay. Oh, I thought I was going to hit one of the dangling corpses. I thought that was...
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you said squirrel. Yes, you hit a corpse.
Yeah, and I want to sort of like swing the corpse into him to kind of whack him sideways.
All right. I will make a dexterity
That was what I was trying to do.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
I got the wrong end of the stick.
I understand what's happening now as well. I thought Blurta was just playing like squirrel ball or something.
It is a famous sport back home.
They get a 19, I believe, so they do keep their they manage to keep a hold of the branch they're currently on.
Do they take any like damage from being whacked by the corpse?
It's not hard enough from that. They essentially manage to dodge out of the way because they have a climb speed.
That's fine.
The flesh just like sloughs against them.
Yeah.
I grossed them out a bit, maybe. So.
I mean, it's their tree.
Yeah.
So
they don't want to put the corpses there.
True.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I just had this dry cleaned.
That having just happened, though,
Ain't nothing dry in this swamp.
it is now the bandit's turn again. The bandit is going to climb up higher, leaving their cover, but being about 40 feet above the ground now, out perched on a branch, looking down over you, and is going to take a longbow attack against Blurta at advantage, because they're now above you.
Oh.
For a... what is that? 13? 14. 14 to hit.
14 hits. Just.
14 hits. Just. That is going to be 5 points of piercing damage. They're going to take a second attack. Natural 19 for another max of 11 points of piercing damage.
I'm down.
Blurta goes unconscious. This time, Muck, there is no healing aura that leaves your body. It apparently having been spent when Blurta stepped into the wasp nest earlier. That is the bandit's turn. We now come to Nimbo, I believe. You can move again.
Pretty torn. Blurta, I'll be with you in a sec. just gotta deal with this. Promise, I will sort you out. This person up in this tree seems like a pretty big threat, so I'm gonna chug the potion of mana.
Yep.
As my bonus action. So I get 1d2 plus 1 spell slots back. So
Yep.
that's gonna be 3 spell slots.
Oof.
So I'm gonna get
You can
a level.
distribute them between level 1 and level 2, however
Yeah,
you
so I'll
choose.
get a level 2 and a level 1.
Yep.
And then I'm immediately gonna use that level 2
Yep.
to cast Shatter.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Nice.
Good choice.
And I'm just gonna aim it kind of so that this enemy person is at the top of the sphere of influence, and it shatters everything underneath
them.
that in a massive sphere.
What kind of saving throw is this?
Constitution, and I
Okay.
am going to use Destructive Wrath. to
Okay.
do max damage.
They did get a 70. Sorry, a 20.
That'll pass, so they'll take half
Yeah.
damage. So that'll
Yeah.
be 24 half to 12.
Okay. 12 damage.
And I don't know what it does to the wood underneath them.
So the wood underneath them does collapse, but because they have a climb speed, I'm gonna make an acrobatics check for them to try to stay put.
Also, I've just realized I should roll damage because I already used my channel divinity.
In that case,
earlier.
go ahead and roll. Oh yeah, you did. You did
Yeah.
use it earlier when you thought corpses were attacking you.
13 half to 6.
Okay. They managed to catch onto a branch above them, but their quiver spills, and they have a lot fewer arrows now.
Yes.
So they're still able to make some attacks, but not as many as they would have been able to. How much damage did you get? Sorry.
Much less. 13 half to 6.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I
So,
forgot
half
I
of
used my
the
channel
ones.
divinity. That's really annoying.
Yeah. It's sorry, corpses that aren't real are frustrating. In that case, we now come to M. If that's your full turn, unless you want to move.
Yeah.
Nimba.
I will. Yeah, I'm reasonably strong. I'll go over and start climbing. No, I won't. No, I won't. I need to
That would
stick
be
around.
difficult, given you just blew up most of the lower branches of the tree that would have allowed you to get up there.
So wait, so how far off the ground is this person?
That one's about 40 feet off the ground.
Okay.
They're high up.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll stay down. I will.
Okay.
I'll move a little bit, just so I'm a little bit closer.
Okay, M, your turn.
Did you say they're just kind of holding on to the tree at this point?
They are currently just like grasping onto a branch. They're starting to like pull themselves up.
Whilst they're doing that, then I'm just gonna launch magic missiles at their hands to try and get them to lose the grip and fall.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yep, it's gonna be 3d4. Which will be 4, 3 plus 2, 9 points of damage.
Okay, 9 points of damage. I'm gonna roll a concentration check essentially for them to see if they manage to hold on.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, that is going to be a 19. This is a buff bandit person. But yeah, significant amount of damage, starting to definitely look worse for wear. If that is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's now the druid's turn again. Druid, seeing Muck coming towards them, is going to. What are they going to do? Yeah, they're going to make the earth come up again around you, Muck, to try to grab you. Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
I can indeed. Dexterity saving throw. That is going to be 14.
14. You manage to keep your footing and step out, but you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as this happens.
Oh, that is magical. Yeah, I do actually think that.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. In that case, we now come back to the top of the round. Muck.
Yeah, I'm going to attack that person who just did me 1
Yep.
damage.
Yep.
I'm going to switch back to my great sword. Can I get close enough?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Sorry. Great sword music. Great sword music. Actions. All right, I'm ready.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
17 to hit.
17 definitely hits.
9 damage.
9 damage. All right, they're still up, but they're also starting to look like they've taken quite a bit of a beating, and the difficult terrain vanishes as they lose their concentration on the spell they had cast earlier.
Love that.
Blurta, can you
Death
make me a
save.
death save, please?
16.
16. That's 1 success. Awesome.
Woohoo!
The person high up in the tree is going to use their movement to pull themselves back up onto the branch and look down at Nimbo, who blasted their tree and their beautiful corpse tree into bits. Is going to take 2 attacks with their longbow.
I don't understand your artistic message with this thing.
With some of their last arrows is going to try to make a point. That is going to be a 15, which I believe misses, and a 19, which I believe
That
hits. Yeah. Okay, that's going to be. Oh, sorry, they were at advantage. So let me re-roll the. No, that's lower. So you take, ouch, 11 points of piercing
Ooh.
damage. Yeah, max damage.
That's going to be a
sorry.
dex save from them, please.
How often can you do that?
It's a reaction. I can do it 4 times a day.
Amazing. I love this. Okay, dex save. Dex save, probably a failure.
14 is the
13.
DC.
Yeah,
Yay!
no, they fail.
So that's going to be 9 points of lightning damage as along the root of the arrow
Yeah.
streaks a bolt of lightning in the opposite direction.
Yeah. Which looks pretty fucking cool. That is their turn. We now come to you again, Nimbo.
Okay. It would be pretty rude if I didn't do a bonus action healing word on Blurter. So I cast healing word on myself. No. Blurter. Oh, max healing. You get 8 points of healing.
Nice.
Nice.
And as an action, I'm going to cast Frostbite on this lady in the tree. So that's going to be a con save,
Okay.
please.
Con save. 12. Fail.
Fail. So that'll be 3 points of damage, cold damage, and
Yeah.
disadvantage on their next attack.
Okay, which will make it a straight roll for them, because they're probably only at 45 feet up above you. But good to know. Anything else?
I'm going to stay where I am, I think.
Alright, M.
Relatively centrally.
M, back to you.
I'm just continuing to fire at the tree, so there's going to be a firebolt this time. It's going to come out.
Okay.
Which is another natural 20.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
That
Yeah.
is 15, 10, and a 5.
And with that, the bandit topples down out of the tree, body partially streaked with flame, which is rapidly put out by the humid atmosphere, and their impact into this thick mound of sphagnum moss at the base of the tree. You have defeated their leader. Anything else you want to do, Anne?
I go over at this point, and I won't be able to do it in this this round, but get ready to stabilize.
Blurta is conscious again.
Oh no, you got the healing word. Sorry, I
Yeah.
saw the cross, so it's fine.
And you can
yeah, sure, I'll take your
stabilize
hit point.
emotionally.
Sorry,
You know,
I mean,
like
can you though?
I wouldn't stabilize
them
emotionally.
emotionally.
No,
No, I don't
not
think
with
so.
that relationship. I will just kind of like start to make my way over to the dead corpses, like ready
Okay.
for any sort of Looting.
Looting. That makes sense, given who you are as people. The last person is going to... Yeah, I don't think any of you speak this language. Call something out in a language none of you understand. But which sounds familiar at the same time, especially to you, Nimbo. And then...
Bullywug.
It's definitely not Bullywug. Then is going to once again have the earth come up around Muck. Can you make a dex save, please, again?
I can indeed.
All I had in my mind now was this like druid person with a throat sack.
I got 7.
Okay, you're gonna take full damage then. I rolled max. You take 10 points of magical bludgeoning damage. As the
Okay.
earth comes up around you. Your speed is reduced to 0 until the end of the druid's next turn. And with this, the druid is going to try to make a run for it, but you do get an attack of opportunity.
Oh,
As they
hell
begin
yeah,
moving
let's
away.
go. Let's go. Alright, let's... Great sword. That is going to be a 14 plus 6, 30, 20 to hit.
Nice.
Yeah, that hits. Roll your damage.
And that's 9 damage.
This is what in my home game we essentially call doing a Dagmar, because I'm really good at this. You've reduced them to 1 hit point.
God, darn it.
And I know how you feel, Rachel. The bandit bolts off and essentially moves
Fuck
out of your
off.
sight in
No.
deeper into the forest. You are all conscious. Essentially, all the threats have disappeared. As Muck, none of you are going to be able to catch up with this person who knows the forest too well. So we are out of combat.
I'm fuming.
Yes, you are out of combat. You could try to look around for them. You're not going to find them.
I'm going to use my last 2 spell slots to heal people.
I've got a healing potion that I only just realised. Sorry about that.
I mean, I was
Oh,
just
no
gonna
worries, we
pitch-
can save it. You know,
Okay.
I was just gonna say, do you mind if I just go in my box for a while?
Yeah.
You cannot yet.
Oh yeah, bugger, I can't, can I?
We need to go.
Yeah.
we need to get out of here and then
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
How are people doing for hit points? I've got 1 more healing word left.
I have 8.
Okay, you get it. 7 points of healing.
Thank you.
Nice.
Should we check out this fallen person from the tree?
Yeah, let's take that.
Yeah, let's check out the bodies.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Who's doing that, or are we all doing it?
Well, I was already rolled by
Um,
the other 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you can investigate the bandit and the druid that fell there.
I can do
and
tree lady.
Someone else can investigate the person by the tree.
Cool.
I
No,
was
yeah,
assuming,
Nimbo, you go for it.
Guide me.
I was assuming that we'd probably do one each, so I was walking over to one of the guys who
Yeah, that's also
the
fine.
screen. So
That's
I
also
rolled-
fine,
I
and
only
we'll
got a
do one
9
of
though.
them. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not very good at investigating.
You can keep guard.
I got a 15.
15
21.
and then 21. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll start with Blurta. Beyond the fact that you find the things that this druid was carrying, which isn't a whole lot. It's difficult to tell exactly what's going on with them for you. You find some hide armor, but they're not carrying anything that would look to you like a spellcasting focus, a weapon, nothing of the sort. Nothing beyond their hide armor.
Hi, more raiders. We're getting raided so much tonight.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness! Hi, raiders. We're looting
Hey,
corpses.
folks.
Yeah.
Um,
Hi.
welcome
One of the
to
most
the
important parts of any D&D game.
Yeah, the players have just defeated some bandits which have become one with nature, mutated after long periods of living in some really weird swamps. M.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in DM mode. Trying to figure out what this person has on them. You find a short sword, a longbow, some studded leather, and you find two traps on them. One of them looks like the one that they threw between you and Muck earlier, filled with these very sharp, firm spikes. The other one looks a bit different, and you're not entirely sure what it does. You're gonna have to spend some time trying to figure that out. But you can take these traps with you if you wanted to. If you could just make a note that you got 2 traps from Sorrow bandits, I can tell you what they do later.
Before we go, I just realised that the folks in the chat couldn't hear me because I was muted as I was talking. It was just to say thank you so much for coming in on the raids. If you do need to go and take some self-care, then please do that. And also, if you want to be added into our stats, please do hit our profile photo in the bottom left of the screen twice. And thank you. And yeah, I have all of those notes. Thank you.
I love how Sam apparently gave a lovely heartfelt message to us, who
I appreciate
don't need it. I mean, it was nice. It wasn't meant for us. Nimbo, you are investigating the leader of this group. You can tell they at some point might have had what you would call elven ancestry, but they have become so close to the plants that they live among that it's hard to tell. Looking closely at those bramble-wrapped fists, the brambles do disappear up into the sleeves of the leather armor that they're wearing, which you can take, and they do seem to be growing out of the skin. The eyes aren't entirely humanoid anymore. They seem to be ringed with green, almost as if there's like a leaf pattern inside, like a succulent, essentially, with these different segmentations inside of the eyes. You find a pouch filled with seeds that you don't recognize at first glance. You also find their bow, which is made of this strange living wood, which in your hands has gone silent.
Can I ping detect magic on all of these, please?
So the bow is magic. The seeds are not. Not in the traditional sense. There's something about them, but it's not triggering the actual detect magic.
Can I kind of think about it in the context of my kind of nature knowledge and my education and my upbringing in the kind of swamps and forests around it?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a nature check.
Bias, guide me. I'm back on my hot streak. That's a 17 plus 1 plus 3, 21.
21, okay. With a 21, you're looking at both the seed and the bow?
Yes.
The bow, you've heard of things like this. This is called a live wood weapon. Essentially, a weapon that is so in tune with the person who's using it and the environment that it stays alive and essentially feeds off the energy of the person wielding it. It's not going to be easy for you to use, at least not in the same way that the elf was using it. But it might get you quite a bit of money if you can find someone who is a bit more of like a collector of odd weapons.
If only there was someone we'd met recently who was a collector of magic items.
Let's see if you can find their hut again. Let's see if I can remember what I called them. The seeds you recognize as being vine blight seeds. These are used in a process called blight birth. Essentially, if you place the seed inside of a humanoid corpse, it will burst into... the corpse will be destroyed as it is spontaneously creates a vine blight, which is under the control of the person who created it.
Well, that's horrific.
I'm sure, it's nurture and nature. I'm sure we could make a very friendly vine blight if we gave it the right kind of, encouragement and, show it the right path. Right? Right? This isn't bad.
I feel like there's some kind of like, do plants have the ability to learn thing going on?
All plants go to hell. That's my hot take for tonight.
As a reformed plant researcher, you are correct.
Just say the chat made sure to get us to all hydrate. I think a couple of us already have, but if you've not had any water, make sure you do. Take some self-care.
I'm gonna hydrate again.
Thanks, folks.
There's probably a drip left in here.
I don't think I ever drink as much water than when I'm DMing, because I have to talk so much.
So the leather armor is completely normal.
Yeah.
The thorn fists retracted inside their hands, and so
they're not retracted; they just grow out of the hands. So
Yeah,
you could
so-
cut the thorns off, but then you would just have some thorns.
Just punch someone with their hand.
I mean, you're welcome to.
No.
I'm not really in the hand chopping off business, if I'm honest.
I mean, that I don't have a problem with, but like, it doesn't seem like a very practical way of doing it.
And their eyes, they didn't seem to be like any kind of like goggle or lens or anything. It's just funky
just
plant eyes.
Yep.
I spend a little bit longer kind of just like marveling over the kind of the connection and interpolation of person and nature, because I mean it's kind of what I aim for on a spiritual level, but in a kind of weird H.R. Geiger-esque physical way.
And with that, after taking a moment, you do realize you should probably get out of here. You did make quite a bit of noise, especially with the thunder and the,
I was going to say shatter.
And all the... Shatter. There was a thunder wave earlier. Yeah, you do pack up the things that you want to take with you from those corpses. And you did also leave a survivor who might be going to get their friends. And hightail it out.
You have to
of there.
stop doing that. No survivors.
I didn't do it on purpose.
No, not blaming you. I mean, just we as a group need to accommodate these.
Also, they look pretty weak. They might trip over, bang their head on a branch, and that'll be it.
It's
possible.
true.
Maybe banging their head on a branch will give them more hit points.
Walking through a swamp with like quite a lot of wounds, they are going to succumb to infection.
I have a feeling they're used to griminess.
That's true.
True.
Very true.
They are one with the
Their
muck.
leader is actually Grimes, but you haven't met them yet.
No.
That's terrifying.
Grimes and Anish Kapoor, the two big bads.
Oh, they just did a Grimes formerly partnered with a muskrat that lived in the swamp.
And on that note, you hightail it out of there, away from the corpse tree and the sorrow bandits, back in the direction of what you hope is the Temple of Vias. That is where we are going to pick up next time. And I'm happy to announce you are all leveling up to level 5 after successfully pulling off a heist in the Bullywug shrine, which I fully wasn't expecting, especially with the dust of sneezing and choking.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
I deserve that. Don't trust things you find on assassins' bodies. For example, you might find bracelets that will kill you if you put them on.
No way. Oh my lord. No accessorizing for that.
If I can ask everyone to please roll their hit points already now, so you don't forget to do that, and then have a think about. I don't think anyone's going to be taking feats or anything, so you would just be leveling up to level 5. But if
Max
you do
hit
have
points.
choices to make,
So I'm
hell
D8,
yeah,
aren't I?
you can re-roll once. I will remind you if you roll
4,
1.
so I'm gonna keep that.
You cannot re-roll 4. You can re-roll ones. When you roll a 1.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna keep it anyway. Then.
Sorry. Yes.
You phrased that confusingly.
That was my fault. It is 11:15 for me, and I am so tired after 2 full days of conferencing.
Aw.
somehow
Alright,
gonna
level
get
3 spells.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next time I see
Yeah.
you guys, I will have submitted my thesis.
Yes, you will. This
Yeah.
is part of why we're not streaming next Wednesday. It's the day Rachel's submitting her thesis, and Sam is also away. Also, why Rachel's not going to be joining us this Sunday, but Sam, Khalil, and Alex are going to be attempting to assassinate the governor of Salor in an attempt to trigger the rebellion that resulted in the battle, the Stand in the Sorrow, which we saw some ghosts from in an earlier episode. So look forward to that. It's going to be really silly. They're going to have to come up with a highly specific way to kill a guy in the middle of a harvest festival while not getting caught. So that's going to be fun. We will be back with Witness to Ruin on the 7th of June. But hopefully see you before then this Sunday. Good luck, Rachel. Super proud of you. And before we sign
Thanks,
off,
guys.
who is the MVP?
Oh yeah.
We forgot to ask. Chat, remember, vote for your favorite player to get a moment of awesome to use in the next session.
M was raining crits. You had
I think
quite
we
a
all
few
were, to be
crits.
fair.
Ridiculously. Like maybe move to a different dice next time.
No.
Please.
Um,
Also, everyone moves to different dice for stealth checks. Like, it's not that much fun for me when you just keep failing. Like, I want you to succeed as well.
On the subject of stealth, Blurter did it was the star of the heist. Let's be
Yes.
honest.
Yeah.
Any thoughts in the chat as well? Any of the 4 players of Nimbo, M, Muck, or Blurter? Any arguments for or against?
Please don't make arguments against. That seems mean.
They were all mid.
I'm
no
gonna
MVP.
veto that. No arguments against. DM says no.
Well, what do we think then?
I did think that Shatter was also good.
There was
That
a
was
lot
good.
of really good stuff from all of us there.
I think my vote would go to Blurter's
Yeah.
Ocean's 11 vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's an unanimous agreement. Blurta has the moment of awesome to use next session. But with that, we're going to be signing off. We'll hopefully see you on Sunday. Sam, are we raiding anyone?
Yes, we are. We're going to go and raid the Starlight Tales folks who are also playing right now. So do stick around and go and follow the raid on. Thank you to the number of accounts, the 3 accounts that have raided in with us this evening.
I think it was
3,
4.
I think
Very
4
exciting.
accounts as well. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for the folks that followed. Yeah, very kind of you. I'm going to get that set up just now. If the raid doesn't take you there, because Twitch is being a shit, I'm also going to pop the link in the chat as well, so you can pop over and say hi to them. But that is the raid getting started. And that's how it's going to sign out. Take care, folks.
Bye,
Thank
folks.
you so much.
Bye.
If I can find my ending button, which I can't.
Oh.